What's up, you cack-sacky, soy-sucking riders out there? Terrence Popp here, Redonkulas.com, and I got Blake, whiny Blake, tonight.
Wino. Wine. Oh, you need to get it right, man. But yes, I have my birthday present from CJ. Got my aerator, but this is the only problem. I can't drink it straight out of the bottle, so now I have to do this. So if it sounds like somebody's taking a pee break without the burping on screen, it's probably just me.
And we have a guest tonight.
Boom!
Yeah!
Hey, baby.
Yeah.
It's Jennifer Moleski.
Yeah, y'all know her. She's got the YouTube channel, puts out some stuff.
You said put out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't agree with all of it, but I do enjoy some of it, and it is what it is. So,
it is what it is.
Yep.
I haven't put out in a while, but
why not?
Are you talking about videos or your husband?
Yeah, just the videos.
Okay.
I wish I could be as witty right off the bat as you were, Blake, but I don't have anything to drink, and I'm just gonna see how I can fit in with you too.
Why are you not drinking?
Well, it's on the way. It's coming. I think it will be in front of me soon.
But is it water? See, that's the question.
No.
Okay. All right. We just got to make sure, because, I hate to drink alone, even though I have, this mother fornicator in the room here with me.
I appreciate that. I shall join.
Yeah.
This is actually a first. This is the first time that Popp actually directly asked someone to be part of the show. Usually I'm the one out there going, hey, hamster. Hey, Polska Bob. Hey, Unabomber.
I got Karen Strawn on, too.
Yeah, Karen's awesome. Karen's so much fun.
Yeah, that woman can drink me under the table.
Oh, and we're paying respects to her.
I've heard that from so many people, that she's just very good at drinking. When did you have her on your show?
It was like
last week.
Last week.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I've met her at some of the men's conferences that are run by Paul Elam and his crew.
Got it.
Yeah, she's a strange bird.
She is, and she is a dirty bird.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That was so funny, and we're paying respects to her with the next Popp Culture video, because we actually did work in the phrase "hugging while twerking."
Yes,
it's a really good way to circumvent the algorithm. So anytime we get something like that, like hamster with his white supreme pizza,
that was good.
Chef's kiss, fantastic.
Yes.
I love it. And we got a lovely subject for you all tonight. If you know the axiom, then you know exactly what we're going to be talking about. But we do have to start with a different study, and this one wasn't even originally supposed to be part of it. But then my brother sent it to me, and I was like, this really kind of fits. So we're going to go right over here.
Put it on.
And you tell me when you see the lie.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to put the camera on you. Evidence shows that children who are smacked are more likely to be involved in partner violence in adulthood.
Smacked.
Yeah, just smacked.
Well, you get slapped in the face for calling your mother a cunt or something, and then you're gonna
banned,
and then you're gonna become like this ultra-violent adult. Come on.
Well, here's the real question: what happens when you don't discipline your kids? Isn't the phrase "spare the rod, spoil the child"? Well, we're now in our first or second generation of people who were either raised with helicopter parents or with the ones who were told that any form of discipline that's more than a timeout or a stern talking to is abuse.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going on how many straight months of burning, looting, murdering, and rioting?
That's absolutely correct.
Just asking for a friend.
Hey, so Jennifer, did you get slapped around as a child as well?
I did get slapped.
Yeah.
And it was from my mom. And I remember I've talked about this with numerous friends who agree and who disagree, but probably less than 10 times I was slapped. And every time I got slapped, I knew if I was a mom, I would slap me right there. And I never had any qualms with when I was slapped across the face.
I got whipped with a strap, wooden spoons, a paddle. I mean, shoes, what have you. A meat tenderizer once.
Whoa!
But
wow.
You must have really screwed up.
Oh, dude. Listen, at 8 years old, I was ordering 1/3 and quarter sticks of dynamite to my house and paying for them COD. Because by 8 years old, I'd already figured out, I could take back bottles, I could get gas, I could go to A&P, get a money order. I worked the whole thing.
Wait. Really?
Yeah. And I
This
one
an
day,
evil genius with too much IQ and not enough supervision.
and it was the summer.
Okay.
It was like second week of June. The fireworks came, and I didn't really understand the concept of like 1/3 stick of dynamite, quarter. I didn't know.
But you understood CODs.
Yes.
Wanted it to go boom.
Okay, got it. Okay.
I didn't understand. I started cooking like around 8 as well, but I used to always run my brother down and go, "What's a 1/3? What's a 1/4? What's a tispit of task? What the hell is this?" Because I didn't understand it. So I literally, I electrically prime this, firework, and I put it in the middle of my backyard, and I run the wires back to the house, put them in through the window, and I have it almost all hooked up, and I'm sitting there looking out the back window. And I'm like, I wonder how bad this is going to be. Blew! It blew like a 1 foot by 1 foot crater in the backyard.
Pop's going to juvie.
Everyone came out of their house for blocks. The police rolled up and down the street. Hey, my mom came home and the neighbors called her like, "Hey, your son detonated some dynamite in the backyard. You might want to talk to him." I got beat.
With the meat tenderizer that time?
Oh, no, that was the belt.
Okay, that was the belt. What was her weapon of choice?
The belt.
The belt.
Yeah, she used to hang it on the furnace room door right in front of my bedroom door.
Ooh.
So I have to walk by it.
Taunting you.
Oh,
Just
man.
asking for it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But, that's the kind of shit I used to do. I built a bazooka from the schematics and encyclopedia. And then I figured out how to do the missiles. And I literally spent weeks doing, R&D and doing test flights and stuff in my backyard. Nobody calls the cops. They don't think it's a big deal. But the minute you put a shoulder-fired bazooka and fire it horizontally at actual targets, the cops get called. Who knew?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you know what you never mentioned once in that entire sentence about all these things that you did during the week? Homework.
Not really.
Just going to point that out because,
Nah, I was not really a school guy.
clearly.
I graduated.
Instead, you just got to walk by the belt on your way. And, every time you walk out of your bedroom, it's like when the warden confiscates the contraband weaponry in the prison and puts it right outside his office in a fucking display case so the prisoners can walk by and be like, "I'm never going to do anything that fucking good."
Well, the thing is like, I was put in special education like in 3rd grade. All right. And I stayed in there until like the end of 7th grade. They thought I was like some kind of idiot. And they just didn't realize that, and it didn't really come to light until I went to 6th grade. I went to a new middle school, and I got put in this class of Mr. Jacob, who's a special ed teacher in Oak Park.
Okay.
And about halfway, through the year, he hands out these tests to everyone, and I'm like, "What is this for?" He goes, "Oh, just take the test. It's not a big deal. If you get done, you can go hang out and have a candy bar in the break room." So I take the test. I don't think anything of it. I turn it in. A week and a half later, he calls me into his office. He goes, "What the hell are you doing here, Pop?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, Are you fucking with me?" I'm like,
"You're a genius."
I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You have an IQ of 138. Most of these guys in my class are walking around with enough IQ to barely suck air. I am hoping to get them to become janitors or maybe open their own business, like mowing grass for a living. You could be like a nuclear physicist." And I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, I'd rather laugh at my own bubbles in the bathtub.
I didn't even appreciate. I didn't appreciate it.
So, but wait, once you went to we'll just call it normal school, did you excel?
No, I had dyslexia.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, that wasn't even diagnosed until you went into the Army.
At 18 in the Army.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, too little, too late on that one.
And the old woman who diagnosed it basically calls me in and she's like, "Did you graduate high school?" Because back then you could still get in the Army, not even have a high school diploma, and you didn't even have to read.
Well, there you go. That's perfect for you.
Yeah. So I'm like, I graduated high school. She goes, "What was your GPA?" And I go, "Oh, it's like a 2.51." She goes, "I want you to imagine this. You ran the Boston Marathon and came in dead in the middle of the pack, completely average. And then you come across the finish line and the guy next to you says, 'Why do you have an anchor tied to your back?'" And that like changed my entire life right there.
There you go.
That was a defining moment.
Yeah. And speaking of Dyslexia,
There we go.
because it came to mind as soon as you mentioned it. If you guys are interested, on the Streamlabs merch store, we got a Make Dyslexia Great Again hat. Every word is spelled just how you would spell it.
Pretty much.
I tried to be as faithful to your creative vision as I could, you brain-damaged grunt.
Like, I remember the first time I remember handed Blake some of the stuff I'd written, and he literally looks at it and
Like,
just
what
goes,
the fuck is this?
He looks at it, he looks at me, and he's like, "Are you serious? Are you fucking with me?" I'm like, "What?
Wait, what?
He goes, "Really? You write like goddamn Conan." And I do.
He
It's
does.
true. It
What
is.
are you gonna do? And over the years, I've learned to figure it out.
Yeah, you can read it like a
Point where
champ
you
now.
can actually give me some notes, and I look at it, and I'm like, it kind of makes sense. And then I'll get like a third of the way down the page, and then there's just something slightly off about it. I'm like, all right, let me guess. This you did all in one go, right? And then this here is you waking up half drunk because your knockout drops wore off 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, I gotta write it down.
That's pretty much how it goes. So, how'd you do in school, Jennifer?
Oh, horribly, actually. I was not into it. I mean, I would consider myself an autodidact. I really like to learn, but only what I'm interested in.
Okay, hang on.
Nothing
That
wrong
was
with
a
that.
very complicated word, and you just lost me.
Oh,
What does that mean in Grunt Speak?
It's like I'm sure it's exactly what you do. When you're interested in something, you educate yourself.
Oh yeah.
This is my thinking, by the way, on the education system now. Not to take it on a different turn, but I always say if the university's founding fathers were to be resurrected from their grave for 1 week and allowed a free pass to Rome, just to see what kind of world we have right now, I am pretty sure that they would be dumbfounded that we still have universities and that we're pushing people to attend them. I mean, think about when education began. There was one person who had information in their one brain with one book because it was a pain in the ass to make copies of, right? And now we have something at our fingertips and we can get all the information, all of it. I think the only thing that's lacking when you don't attend university and you depend on yourself is self-discipline, which, a lot of people struggle with. I do.
Go in the army.
Well, they teach you the discipline. It's definitely not self-discipline, but after, they beat that routine into you, eventually it becomes that.
No. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying about the discipline, Jennifer. Yeah, totally that hits the nail on the head right there. Because I was not a disciplined individual at all, and it took having my wall locker dumped like 4 times before I decided, maybe I should roll the socks the way they tell me to roll them. Because picking all my shit up every morning is getting kind of old. Because I have other shit to do.
Okay, so when you went to the army, did it shape you to know how to be disciplined for yourself? I'm assuming the answer is yes.
Yes, it did. It did, actually.
Okay, and did you use that once you were out? I mean, how long have you been out of the army?
I retired in 2018. Okay, now there's a big difference between discipline and drive.
Yeah. Ambition
Sure.
and discipline, not the same.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
I did not have discipline when it all began, but I had this and I still have it to this day. It's this unspeakable drive that is within me. I don't know where it came from, and it is 150% fueled by hate and anger.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you had to walk by the belt that beat your ass every time you left the bedroom to go take a piss in the middle of the night, I'd probably be a little bit
Like when I graduated high school, like I hated everyone. I couldn't even source the hatred. It was just there. I think I was born with it. I don't know.
Well, not having a father at home doesn't help either.
Yeah. But I didn't really like harp on that as much as a kid.
Well, as a kid, yeah, but now you know that probably a lot of that anger was from missing that compass.
Could be.
You know? because we know what happens. With 85% of the people in prison didn't have a father at home. So,
and Jennifer, to be honest, if I did not go in the Army, I would be in prison or dead or maybe buried in a prison yard somewhere. I was going down a bad road.
Very right next to Jimmy Hoffa.
Did you decide to join, or was it suggested to you?
Well, yes and no. I made the decision to go in because there's no scholarship for a white boy with a 2.5 GPA.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Like literally, if I did not go in the military, I would have became like basically a waiter, busboy, bar back. Then I would become a bartender, maybe a fry cook, short order cook. And right around my 40s, I finally would have been able to get the experience and the knowledge to get like a business loan to open my own place that would promptly be shut down because of the COVID right now, and I'd be living in the street.
So you would be Louis Anderson in Coming to America.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I have another question.
Yeah.
So you were raised by a single mother.
Yep.
Do you think, and this is just hypothesizing about the past, but do you think if you would have had a father, you would have needed the Army? Or do you think he could have given you that compass that you needed? I know that's just speculation.
I'm going to be honest. I think I was destined to walk the road of the warrior. There's really nothing that would have happened. Well, there's very little that would have happened that would have kept me from going down that path.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's good times.
I had a great time doing it. I mean, yeah, some of it really sucked bad, and I almost died many times, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get to see sample all of the buffet of ladies.
Of Europe, yes.
Europe.
And Spain.
Iceland in particular.
And Italy. And France.
South America.
Yeah.
I know they're your favorite.
That's my favorite.
Would you say that that's what's lacking right now is because so you went into the Army and you said it was awesome. You almost died a few times, but I imagine, and talking to my husband about this too, the camaraderie.
Oh, I miss it.
Yeah, and you can't get that really anywhere else, or it's very difficult to get.
All right, for instance, I had friends, and I learned this lesson when I got divorced. Is I had all these friends, many friends that I went to high school with, and I wound up getting wounded. I came back, was going through this wicked divorce when my wife had a forced cox run through her, and literally.
I was a little late on that one. I'm sorry, guys.
Literally, maybe 2 people had my 6. So all of those people I went to high school with that I thought were my friends and stuff, I literally had to 86 them out of my life.
Oof.
I just learned, you know what? I just learned that having your 6 means having your back. So
yeah.
Isn't that fun? That just came in handy.
You got educated right on time.
Yeah.
Boom!
But, I mean, that was I literally had to write off family members, cousins, the whole deal.
Yeah.
And I'm not looking back.
I don't blame you.
Are you still friends with the people that you were?
I am somewhat friendly with one of the people I went to high school with, but they all got demoted to just acquaintances.
No, I'm sorry. Your Army people.
Oh, yeah.
Are you still tight? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And the weird thing about military people is you can serve with a guy every day for 3 years, and then he gets reassigned, and you don't see him for 15 years, even after he's retired. And then all of a sudden you link up with him, and it's no time has passed.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it is. They're literally it's like a family member.
So where can people get that?
To be honest with you, with the way women are, infiltrating all of the men clubs and men organizations, it's pretty much non-existent now.
In addition to that as well, I mean, you've got, Biden with his, big red army now and all the shit that they're doing. We got to stand down against white supreme pizza and educate you all on the hatred and the racisms and all this other stuff. So even, the army, the military in general, which should be a bastion of someplace where you can unapologetically be masculine
Yeah.
and embrace your inner badass. Now you can't even do that. And it's the same thing with sports. At least school sports.
Yes.
And professional sports now, too. We're going to take a knee. We're going to talk about how oppressed we are. Oh, let me cash that check.
Yeah. That's absolutely correct.
Yeah, there's a club here in Colorado Springs that's just for dudes. It's just for dudes, and they had a bartender, a male bartender, for 40 years. And when he retired, they hired a woman for the full-time bartender. It is no. And at the restaurant that I worked at, one of my regulars said that it's not the same because you can't talk crude or you can't say what you want to say because you have sensitive ears or potentially sensitive ears. Also, you're not a dude, so you're not going to be able to relate to me. I mean, the guys are saying this.
Well, here's the story. Okay, I was in the special forces, and I was out front of the company area, and then there was another unit like down the block, and they would go to their cars and stuff. And I'm just talking to my guys, and this captain walks up, and she's like, you need to, like, if you're gonna talk like this, you need to talk in your company building or. And I look at her, I go, what? Fuck off. Go fuck yourself.
The real world does not censor itself.
So this captain goes back and then causes all this ruckus within her unit, and it goes all the way up the chain and comes down to the chain. And my company commander, basically, he's on the phone. He's like, yeah, so what? Uh-huh. All right, let me get this straight. So I have my own Green Berets in front of my own unit talking to each other, and some nosy bitch-ass captain walks up and tells them they can't talk about stuff. Yeah, that's not going to fly here. This is the Special Forces. That was it.
Awesome.
Yes.
That doesn't happen now.
Oh, no. Now we have to stand down
for a
whole day and watch their PowerPoints.
Well, yeah, there would be listen. Listen, those green. I was in the 20th group when they had to do some of those stand downs. And literally, one guy in the unit was a professional auctioneer. And he literally gave 8 briefings in like an hour and a half. And it was like, all right, if you guys are gay out there, it's okay to be gay. I understand if you like to suck dick and take it in the ass. It's okay. We understand now. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Anyone going to get any questions here? Any questions? Yeah, just don't flaunt anybody. We don't care if that's how you are. Okay, next one. All right. Everyone has water in their body, but don't let the water out. You can't let the water out by cutting your throat, your wrist, or shooting yourself in the head. That doesn't work. Also, your body's 92% water, but you can't stay underwater submerged permanently. And he went on, like, literally one after the other, and we were laughing. I wish I had videotaped that. It was comedy gold. Comedy gold.
I love that. That's fantastic. Now, that is the kind of shit I wish I would have been a fly on the wall for. That sounds awesome.
Oh, my God, it was great.
Oh, you got 2 beers up there, man. I just noticed that. You came prepared.
Yeah, well, we have a woman on the show, so I don't know if she's going to talk about stuff that's going to spin me up.
Oh, no, yeah. Oh, hey, Jennifer, say the word menstruating.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to
say it.
I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, you really want to get Pop's goat, you just read him an Urban Dictionary definition or talk about period sex.
My oldest daughter started having that when she was like 10.
Oh, that's bad news bears, baby.
Oh.
I get a text message from my ex-whore wife that, hey, your oldest daughter's not feeling well. She's having a situation. It's a woman's situation. And I'm like, great. So she comes in, and she's also wearing a training bra. So the first thing I tell her, I'm like, hey, you can't have any more sweets. She's like, she looks at me like, why? Because, you got a training bra on and you're just going to get fat. Oh, my God. And she was like, because she's like me, horrible sweet tooth. But, I'm just being honest.
Well, I mean, you can't take away the sweets from them, especially during that time of the month, man. That's setting your own death trap.
I know.
You think they flick the bitch switch in general. You just wait till you take away their chocolate and they're on the rag.
That's how you get an Oreo whipped at your head.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
All right.
Wake up in the middle of the night and your daughter left the belt outside your bedroom that she's going to fuck you up with.
That would be great.
Oh man.
So you guys don't like talking about periods?
I don't care, but Popp, I mean, like,
No, I don't like it.
he's well, the army and the brain
Oh, yeah.
damage and just the hypervigilance has kind of removed all of the filters from his thinking meat that ordinary people can put up in place to block out images
Yeah.
that make them sick. He can't do that.
I have a hard time with that, really do.
Yeah, see, now, there are times when I don't even have to explain what I'm talking about. All I got to do is look him dead in the eye. Munging.
Oh!
There you go.
God, that was terrible.
Once he knows what it is, it's there, and it won't go away.
Yeah, here's another side note. Like, all right. So certain things trigger PTSD events in my life since I returned from Iraq.
Okay.
And one of those is the smell of blood.
And bacon.
And,
If I
yeah,
remember
and bacon, yeah, because that's another one. So I went to this new market by my place called Cattleman's.
Oh, yeah, the new meat market that opened up down there.
Yeah, I did not. I thought, I did not know what I was in for.
Oh,
I walked back in the meat room, and it's like, it's literally like half the building of just frozen, refrigerated meat, and you hit that blood smell, and I literally was like, oh, I need to leave because I was having it was on. So
that's no good.
I could go in there, but I have to take Vicks Vapor Rub with me and put it up my nostrils.
Try to drown out the smell.
It does drown out the smell. I know. I'm getting too
Sorry
personal
about that.
here.
No,
sorry about that.
It's fine. I mean, dudes don't tune into the show because it makes sense. They tune in because they want to hear the stories and the banter, and
They want to watch me get spun up.
go watch a couple guys get spun up, drink, and talk shit. That's what we do.
Yeah. But yeah, like the youth of today, they don't have discipline. They don't have drive. They think the world runs on fairy dust and well wishes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And when you look at this article, I was just kind of skimming through it while we were looking. This study. There's a couple of things in here that really kind of they're red flags for me. One, this study comes from Australia, and we know what the state system is like in Australia now. It is super duper feminist. It's bad.
Yes.
And then this just jumped out at me because what they're using to justify this is called social learning theory. Now, there's a particular theory that's currently going around that's being used to justify a whole lot of bullshit in this country. It's called critical race theory. So anything that even sounds remotely like it now just throws up more red flags than a Chinese parade.
Yeah.
So it's often applied to explain subsequent aggression in children who are smacked. We learn how to behave according to what we see and experience, and smacking tells the child that violence is an acceptable and normal way to show frustration and deal with others' misbehavior. Okay?
Because it is.
So, yes. Now, if this is 1,000% true, you have to realize that when you are raised in a single-parent home and they bring a new man into the house, did you know that raises the likelihood of child abuse 40 times?
Yep.
So I think it's safe to say that everything that we've been seeing in all of these major cities for the past year is not the result of toxic masculinity or critical race theory. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to point it out.
I think it's the lack of masculinity, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah. I mean, their teachers are women. More and more women are going into government. They're being raised almost exclusively by women in the home. Over half of all children are born out of wedlock now across all. It's just, yeah, it's not good. And they're being told flat out that if you're a man, you're responsible for all of the evil in the world. And that if you're a woman, you just have intrinsic value. You remember that chick who's like, when men ask me what I bring to the table, I say I am the table. A woman simply is worthy. So yeah, you need to pony up and bring the ching motherfornicator. Like, what?
Oh my Lord.
Whereas men, as soon as we hit 18, what are we taught?
Well, all right. When you turn 18, you have until 21 to register for the draft. And the draft is a huge stamp on your forehead that says you are nothing but absolutely expendable.
You're meat.
Correct.
And basically, we're told that we have no innate value. As
Because
children.
if you're completely expendable, your only value is that you're expendable.
Yeah.
That's it. At 18, that's exactly what you are to the state.
Mm-hmm. And yet, there's half the population out there who think that innate value, which inevitably, depreciates. Once you hit the age of 35, for the most part, it's gone. There are some people who just, they wait to hit the wall. I'm still kind of waiting for J-Lo to hit it, but still, I'd like to punch her in the face for that one Super Bowl show that she did.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's basically it. Men have to, every value that we have, any perceived value that we have, is earned through blood, sweat, and tears. And even then, if you're 5'7", still not going to be enough.
And a lot of us, it's not appreciated.
No.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, like, for instance, I take care of my elderly mother. I subsidize some of her living. I provided the house she lives in. And all she does is bitch, moan, and complain about shit that I'm not doing. It's been like that my entire life.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
my sister learned the same thing, because she put the knife in my back.
Mm-hmm.
And there's lots of guys out there who work their ass off, provide great livings, houses, cars, and then they get hurt. And the first thing the woman does is divorce them because they just do not appreciate what the guy did for them to get them to that point.
Or even there was that viral story from a couple of years ago where the chick was like, her parents died. This guy who drove a garbage truck basically raised her to adulthood. He wasn't even that much older than her, paid for her to go through all her school and stuff like that. He was totally in love with her when she was an adult, never tried anything inappropriate with her.
Uh-huh.
As soon as she got her degree and her student loans were paid off because he paid for everything, I don't know how to tell him that I think I can do better.
Yep. It happens all the time.
Okay, so what's the root of it?
Well, a lot of that has to do with, I'm sorry I don't want to offend you, but a lot of it is woman's nature.
Okay. I would say that could be true, but my thinking is cities. Everything that's coming out that's toxic is from cities. I don't hear of a lot of small communities where they're hunting and community driven, coming up with TV shows that are consumed by the masses. When I did traveling, I met almost every woman that I met from another country. When I told them that I was from America, was like, oh, is it like Sex in the City? Because I went like 15 years ago. I said, no, I'm from Wisconsin. There's farms everywhere, but to them, that's how it was. So I think I try to think about why we're in this situation. And that's kind of what I come back to all the time. So when a woman leaves her husband after a delicious relationship, I mean, if you were to interview him, he'd say, I provided, everything was great, but she left me. Mm-hmm. Why?
90% of the time, that's true.
And I think it's because of the TV shows they watch, like, well, fuck, man, this is not how it is in my town, but it's how it is out in the world. So if I can just be unleashed from the tethers of this relationship, I can go and get what the movies show me. No, not only that. So that's creating media and TV shows that people are just consuming and thinking that's reality, but it's not. You have the police state, okay? Because when you're in a city, you depend on police more for protection. First of all, there's more violence because you're more packed in, and then you depend on the police, and people have totally forgotten how to talk to a neighbor or talk behind the scenes to someone that you have a qualm with, and that's a part of the city. The education system, people need to work in big cities to pay for the shitty education that they had. So now they're locked into a city. Even for food and hunting, you have to go to the grocery store. Just the idea, even for some men to go have to shoot, kill, gut and process their meat, they don't do it. So I just think we're so disjointed from what reality actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You basically have two cities in this country who think that they can set the cultural tone
For everyone.
for the other
Yeah.
48 states plus all of the red areas within those states. And when
That's
you
what, New
mention that-
York and LA?
Yeah, New York and LA.
And
essentially.
Chicago's a close third.
Yeah, like these West and East Coast elites think that they've got the market cornered on all this shit because they are the ones who produce all of the culture that people digest through
Yeah.
the internet and television. And when you mention this, it reminded me of this here. Being in a proximity to cities is definitely a big thing because despite the fact that only it's like less than 1% of people are lumpy liver lickers or what have you, the manual transmissions.
Yeah. In nature,
Yeah.
roughly 1% of the population is gay.
Yeah. In California, Stan, 27% of the youth identify as gender nonconforming. So if you want to have that nature-nurture debate,
Yes.
there it is.
That is
And
good.
that's the same.
Oh, my God. That's a bloodbath in the future waiting to happen.
Yeah, wait for these guys to join the military and try to embrace the suck. That's totally going to happen.
And that goes to the theory again with cities. I always say I love the book series Little House on the Prairie, and I love the TV show Little House on the Prairie. If you were to transport yourself back then and say, well, like, what's the wildest, craziest thing you can imagine? They wouldn't not have been able to imagine Google because their imagination wasn't prepped for it. But when you have people in cities where they see their friend Susie is now Dick, that sparks an imagination of how can I be different? And it's just, it's shitty influence.
That's great.
It is, yeah.
Hey, Susie, what did you call me? It is ma'am.
Yeah.
It is ma'am.
ma'am.
It's macho ma'am, tranny savage.
Yeah.
Hey, here's something else. Why is it that when men are gay or when they're transsexual, they're hyper feminized, but women,
Oh, I know.
but the overarching community of women are against femininity?
You know what really cracks me up is that
get
the
that,
people
yeah.
who claim that gender is a social construct and we need to break with traditional gender norms, as soon as they sign up for this manual transmission 43% attempted suicide rate stuff, they become the most stereotypically gendered people that you can possibly imagine. It's hysterically funny. If it wasn't so sad, it would
is
be
sad.
hysterically
Yeah.
funny.
It's sad. It's just sad.
And the fact that parents are actually pushing their kids into this because they think it's stunning and brave.
Yeah. Yeah. And another thing is
Child abuse.
they don't ever talk about the 40% suicide rate, which virtually doesn't change before the tune-up and after the tune-up.
We got Thumper in the chat, and he says, "Stop throwing a tantrum." I got him in the face!
You bastard! Bastard! I'll get you for that one.
Oh, and it was a pink one, too.
Oh, you bastard.
If it was a black one, it would have been even better.
All right.
Jennifer, just so you know, I throw penis straws at Popp on this stream, so
It just does it.
Okay, cool.
Just does it to torment me.
I do. And there already was one Urban Dictionary definition that popped up in the super chat, so you can just get ready for that.
Okay, yeah. Okay. God damn it.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh shit.
Oh, goodness. But do you want to start diving into some of these examples of what happens
Yes.
when kids either aren't abused or flat out too abused and they don't have a father at home? Oh, you're going to love these. This one is the most recent example that we've got, and this one is just disgusting. Boy, 13, stabbed to death in park, lured to a beauty spot, and then confronted by killers after having been sent a Snapchat message. Now, that's bad enough.
Oh my
But then you have to take into account the fact that he is autistic. His name was Oliver Stevens, and all of his killers were 13 and 14 years old, all of them egged on by one girl. And she got 4 boys to carry it out. Stabbed in the back of the neck.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you right now, if that had happened to like one of my children, I don't care if the others were the same age, they would be hit. They would have to look over their shoulder for the rest of their lives.
Yep.
Because sooner or later, I'll be there.
And even stranger now, as far as I understand, aside from wanting to teach him a lesson, which is what they were able to discern from the Snapchat messages, there doesn't really seem to be any motive other than they didn't like him and he had autism.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you smack your kids, that's really where the evil begins.
I'm curious about the family dynamic of the woman and the three boys.
Yeah.
Meaning, I think it's the job of family to teach how to filter, period, and then teach to be decent. So okay, let's say that the study is right, and if you're smacked around, then you'll be an abuser. What were these children learning? Or did they just want to bang the chick that gave the
I'm sure that
order?
I'm sure that had a variable in this whole equation.
Oh, yeah.
It always does when when young
No.
men engage in stuff like this. There's always a sexual component to it.
Especially now in the age of OnlyFans,
Mm-hmm.
men don't need to objectify women anymore. You're handling that yourselves just fine.
They're doing it like champs.
And at younger and younger ages, from what I've discovered through all this, so like, people are finding, nudie pictures on their like 13-year-old boys' phones and shit of chicks that they go to school with. It is quite repugnant.
Yes, it is.
When I was 13, I would never even have considered it. My idea of a good time when I was 13 was setting the timer on Cinemax before I went to bed and then making sure that I snuck the tape out of the VCR before my mom got up to tape her soap operas in the morning. Don't you guys make fun of me. You all did it too. Okay? I'm just saying.
Hell yeah.
And then there's like 3 guys in the chat. Well, it's a VCR. Oh, fuck, I'm old. Yeah.
Okay, can I bring this back to cities?
Yeah,
Of course.
Oh yeah, because so what the fuck are kids doing dating at 13 and 14? Okay, maybe I know. Okay, I'll probably get a lot of heat for this.
They all watch Teen Mom.
It seems really young. And
Yeah.
if you're trying to, I don't know, again with the city thing, if you're watching that media and you see that there can be this romance or whatever it is, you can have sex with whoever you want, or you can have a lot of sex, you're going to try to seek that out. But why aren't people like playing board games at home? I don't know. Uno is fun.
And another thing too is that when you have shows like Teen Mom that glorify getting knocked up in high school, you're actually going to get chicks getting pregnant on purpose when they're like 14, 15, 16 because they think they're going to be reality show famous. And it's happened. I've actually read the stories about it. What the hell are these kids thinking, and who the hell is watching them at home? Or not, I should say.
Or not, yeah. A lot of that is or not.
Or not.
Yeah.
Here's another one here. This is the one that you sent me.
Yeah.
This one is pretty messed up. The death of Joe Sink. This is really messed up. I don't know if you heard about this one, Pop. The death of Joe Sink occurred in Canberra, Australian Capital Territory, October 26th, 1997. His coffee was laced with Rohypnol, which is a sedative, at a dinner party after he was injected with a lethal dose of heroin by his girlfriend.
Oh my God.
Who was a law student at the Australian National University, and she was convicted of manslaughter.
But wait, there's more to this story.
Mm-hmm.
She was in school for law.
Mm-hmm.
She met this guy, and she was totally mentally unstable, but she invited all of her friends to a dinner party, and she told them that she was going to kill him that night. She told her friends, they came to the party and didn't expose it. She gave him that overdose. He didn't die. He woke up in the morning. So she called a friend and was like, he's still alive. And they're like, okay, you're weird. She did it again that night. And that's when he died.
Shit.
But she had people over 2 nights in a row. So it was college friends that were going to school for law.
How can that
went
not
to
be
this party.
first-degree murder?
I don't know, but they didn't get convicted. The people,
That's capital murder on her part.
But this is Australia.
She got off because of her.
She got off and then got off.
But I think she was playing the system. There's a whole, those little murder shows.
God.
That's where I found that, Blake. There's a whole 1 hour
Wow.
thing. It's gross. It's
And
gross.
and you want to get even sicker? Okay, not only was she not convicted of first-degree murder, which she was clearly guilty of, she was sentenced to 10 years, released after 2, and has since undertaken criminology research.
That bitch needs to die.
Wow. Wow, yeah, I didn't read any of that in this article. Holy crap, Jennifer, that is insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's super weird.
Yeah, I mean,
Super weird.
I would go get myself a beater car.
Wow.
One day, she drives through an intersection. She just happens to get T-boned. What a bummer. At 80.
Bummer.
I got a real fun one for you.
Here we go.
Yeah, if y'all are not familiar with the term catfishing, I'm just going to put that out there. That's what happens when you put yourself out there in the internet as someone who you're not in an attempt to get money, maybe get poon. Feminists want to call that rapé now. Alaska teen killed best friend after catfish offered $9 million. An online stranger offered her $9 million to kill her best friend.
Oh, my God.
She got a group of people in on it and sent a Snapchat video of the actual murder to the guy who offered her the money, whose name was Darren Schillmiller. Her name was Denali
He was a Nigerian
Bremer.
prince, right?
Of course, yeah.
Did he get
absolutely.
charged
No,
too?
I'm just kidding.
Let's take a look here. Go down the row here. So
I think he did.
yeah, the murder was allegedly carried out at the behest of a man that she had met online months earlier. He claimed to be Tyler, a millionaire from Kansas. But Tyler was a bogus online persona concocted by Mr. Schillmiller in a trap known as catfishing. Investigators say they uncovered mobile phone evidence of Miss Bremer and Mr. Schillmiller discussing a plan to rapé and kill someone in Alaska. She recruited 4 friends to help in the crime, offering to pay large sums of blood money.
Jesus
And yes,
Christ.
it looks like all were charged. Here's one of the kids that she got to help her out. Caden McIntosh, 16 years old, fired the fatal shot.
Jesus Christ.
All because he wanted a crack at the poon, I'm sure. And some money, of course.
He's in prison for pretty much the rest of his life.
Well, let's hope. Wow. It's
I have a
just,
question.
It's quite
Yeah.
amazing.
Do you fellows remember a couple years ago there was a woman who was standing trial because her boyfriend wanted to kill himself and she kind of goaded him on either on the phone or through
Yes.
text messages?
Yes, I
Yes,
remember
I
that.
remember
yeah.
that. Oh, you
Do
should
you remember
totally
that?
do it. It's brave.
What was your opinion on that? That's when I had my meetup and we talked about things very critically. And I'm curious as to what
Okay.
you think about that.
Well, first of all, like you're telling somebody that it's go ahead, kill yourself. It's still you do bear some culpability in that. Just straight up. Is that bothering you? I bumped into it. What do you want from me? So yeah, I mean, everyone involved in that has some culpability. But like when somebody is in that state of mind. They don't need to hear shit like that. They need to hear like some positive messages or whatever, or at least, if one of my buddies calls me up talking like that, I'll be right over. If I think
Sure.
it's gonna get nasty, I'll hey man, I'll call people. I'll be over at his house, ASAP.
But Pop, you're normal and you have their best interest in mind. My thinking at the time was how much validity do words have? Because I guess if someone told me to kill someone and I did it, I don't think that I would want them charged for it, even if they told me to do it, because I'm the dodo bird that did it. And I got a lot of heat for that in my meetup group. There were some people that agreed, but I really had a hard time on how much weight to put on someone who speaks words out loud.
Well,
And-
conspiracy to
it's-
commit murder is a
you know-
real thing. Just because you don't pull
Pardon
the
me?
trigger, conspiracy
Oh.
to commit murder is a real thing. Just because you don't pull the trigger yourself does not mean that you didn't plan the crime, orchestrate it, select the people involved, and then make sure that it was carried out on your dime or at least your watch.
Yeah, that's a very weird. I mean, this is.
And that was a couple years ago, and it just popped into my head.
Yeah,
because
but we
it
could
feels like
talk
it's in that
about this
realm.
for till the end of time.
Oh, we got
Sure.
more murders to talk
But
about. And I also have to take a pee.
What are you drinking? What is that?
This is 19 Crimes, Cabernet Sauvignon.
Oh yeah,
And,
okay, got it.
This right here, this is my aerator sent by one of the fans to make sure that I don't get a headache, and I'm gonna hold you to it. If I wake up with a headache tomorrow,
You're gonna have it.
You and
I'm just
all
saying.
your motherfucking friends, nigga. Give a fuck if y'all in kindergarten, I'll whoop y'all motherfucking ass. That's why Santa Claus ain't real, bitch. That's why I fuck your mama. I'll fuck up all your kids. I don't care, goddammit. Huh? Prove it to me. Prove it to me. That's why you ain't going to Disney World, bitch. Fuck you and your friends. Fuck all y'all.
I'm not gonna tell you how I really feel. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I hear you.
Good
I hear
hint.
you. But yeah, man. And you know what? I don't see any improvement. I really don't. I see this getting worse and worse until the wobble comes to the point where the USA collapses, and then it's going to be an absolute reset bloodbath.
You know, as long as we are allowing the family to get destroyed, people are not standing up and calling out the problem for exactly what it is. They keep voting the same dynastic career a-holes into office. If elections even count anymore, we have to keep that in mind.
I don't think they do.
It's not going to get better.
No, this is not going to get better.
No.
Well, what does Jefferson say? It should be every 20 years that the tree of liberty is fertilized with
No, it's from
the blood
time.
of
It's from time to time.
Just from
from
time
time to time.
Yeah.
The tree of liberty needs to be fertilized with the blood of tyrants and
Patriots.
freemen
And patriots and tyrants. You are
Well, we're
correct.
due.
Well,
we are
I
due.
would say that tree's looking a little parched.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Yeah, it's and I don't know.
But that's to be expected. We have it so good. No one wants to risk, even if you have it so bad, you have it so good. Who wants to be the first to risk? Not only that, they're deleting everyone who makes you feel like you have a community of people, that you have people on your side.
Of
So
course.
you you delete them, and now you're like all alone. Like, when do I come out of my house and
Well, exactly.
do something?
Because if you feel like you're all alone, you don't have a deity to turn to, which is one of the reasons why they bombed religion. The only person that you have to turn to when things get really bad so you can vote them more power is the same government that likes bending you over and jamming it in your fourth point of contact without lube.
correct.
There you go.
Correct. Yeah.
And that is not an alcohol-related incident. They do that shit on purpose. I'm just saying.
yes.
I'd like
It
to
is not by request.
plug someone here, Larkin Rose, and maybe some people absolutely hate him, but he is super great, articulate anarchist, and he has a video called "The Most Dangerous Religion," and it's about the government, and it's a very nutritious 9-minute watch.
You know, if you have not seen our episode called the Church of Leftism, I think is what we called it.
Yeah.
It talks all about that.
Yeah.
How it's become a religion for them. How the party of science is actually more like an ideology than a legion of free thinkers that they would have you believe they are.
Yep.
Well, and if you turn away from the party, you're an apostate. And if you believe a different preacher, and who do you tune into? And I mean, it's all religious. It's all religious.
Yep. And even if you are one of the chosen people, you're one of the oppressed. If you don't toe the party line, you're a traitor. You're a race traitor. You're an Uncle Tom or an Uncle Tim.
Or a
in Tim
Nazi.
Scott's case. Yeah, or an Nazi name.
Like Ben Shapiro is as Jewish as the day is long.
You're a Nazi.
He's a Nazi. There's videotapes of him at like 10 years old playing a violin on TV. Like, come on. I'm just saying.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, Ben.
Yeah, Ben will systematically rip you to shreds. That dude is good.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's good. I wouldn't want to
He's-
debate him.
I have nothing to debate. I agree with not everything he says, but a large portion of what he says is valid. How can you debate against that? I can't.
I don't know.
I mean, I could make fun of shit.
Crazy Uncle says I'm screwing up. He said that the way that the aerator works is that I have to let it sit in the glass for a few minutes. Otherwise, it doesn't have a chance to do what it needs to do. So you're saying this isn't any better than drinking it out of the bottle? Fuck!
It's a head start. That's a head start.
It is. I mean, I'm doing what I can over here, man.
I have now cracked beer number 2.
Outstanding. How is it? Is it good? Does it taste as good as beer number 1?
It's a little warmer, but yes, just as succulent.
Yeah. This next one here.
Oh, here we go.
Any dad out there who's got a daughter, you're going to think twice about just, going to take a piss and leaving the bathroom door unlocked. Las Vegas teen daughter and boyfriend killed and tried to dismember her dad to run away together. This is another very recent one. This happened just last month.
Oh, my God.
A 16-year-old girl and 18-year-old boyfriend are accused of the killing and the death of her father, Daniel, who they stabbed, tried to dismember, and burned before fleeing in his car to Mormon country, Utah, of course, because that's
Because you're going to be able to hide there.
That's where all the crazy bastards live. I'm just saying.
I hung out in Mormon country. Those girls can party. I'm just going to say.
Oh, I know they can. And that's why they all got piercings and tattoos, man. They might as well just walk around wearing yellow tape that says caution on it.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody wants to trespass on that border. Well, I mean, it is crazy and it is the best, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea. Not a good idea at all.
Yeah. And they just, first of all, like, all right, in my mind, murdering somebody is bad. All right. But then you cut them up.
Killing's
Oh,
bad,
dude,
okay?
that's the clencher.
Yeah, I mean, that is I just have a hard time.
Oh,
And the only thing worse than killing somebody, cutting them up, is then eating them. I mean,
but Hannibal is a good show. I'm just saying.
Not to be, this is, I'm going to be gross, but I remember a story probably 10 years ago where a man killed his girlfriend and he didn't want her to be, he didn't want her body to be identified. She had fake boobs. So he cut her boobs off, cut her fingers off, and cut her teeth out. Then he killed himself like a week later. Of course he would. How could you live with that?
Wow.
You know what I mean?
yeah, I remember that. I remember
You
that
do?
story.
Oh, I never heard of that one. That's nuts.
That's
I mean,
nuts.
and look at this
damn.
dude. This is a child that she talked into doing this. I mean, he doesn't
No,
even
he
look
was
18.
older.
No, I'm talking about this dude in this story about the 16-year-old and the 18-year-old in Vegas. This dude looks like a child.
He's 18. He does.
But we're supposed to give kids who are 16 the right to vote.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, it makes all the sense in the world.
Before not smacking them.
Yeah, before not smacking them or teaching them consequences or responsibility or accountability of any kind.
Yeah, that's a bunch of bullshit. Bullshit.
I got more.
Oh God.
Of course you do.
Great. There's always more. There's no shortage of debauchery out there. Girl 16 kills her entire family after a row with parents over boyfriend. Bodies of mother and two younger brothers. Tyler was 8, Matthew 16, found in a burnt-out home in Alba, Texas. Each one was stabbed several times and shot.
Jesus.
And at the time that this article was written, they couldn't tell whether or not they were still alive when the gunshot wound was administered.
Oh my God.
That's just raunchy right there, man. Woo.
Wow.
Jail.
Hey, let's roll through some super chats. We're at 10 o'clock.
Oh, no, it's 9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock,
Not
sorry.
10 o'clock? What are you talking
I'm sorry.
I got a few more of these, but then we'll get into the
All right, yeah.
the main idea. The reason why we're specifically talking about when girls attack is because of what's going on over in Britain. It's good times. Good times. Great oldies. All right, let's take a look at the super chats here. I got to scroll up. I got a whole bunch of them here. Hopefully they didn't. Did they screw up? Did YouTube screw up? YouTube screwed up.
YouTube screwed up.
Of course it did. So we're going to start with Streamlabs. Roar of Sanity donated $5. Drinking with you in spirit. Damn kidneys get in the way of real world drinking at the moment. Oh, that's just sad.
That's sad. But I understand the kidney thing, Yeah, it happens. You get up there, you're on the back nine, and kidneys, and the warranty's out. I got it.
True story. It's not good. Jimmy Bones, the man who gave us the awesome skull glasses. Love these things. The proper PVC fittings, a lantern igniter, a can of hairspray, and a sack of potatoes equals a damn good time.
Potato gun.
Add in some small glow sticks into the potatoes, and you got yourself tracer rounds. Winning.
I've seen that. That's good times.
That does sound like a great time.
Yep.
I would totally do that.
And I used to fire a potato cannon off into traffic when I was younger.
And you were 9.
And I was dumb. I think I was 11 or 12 when I did that. Yeah, I was 11 or 12.
11 or 12.
Yeah, but it was at a very great distance. So, like, if it hit the car, it wouldn't, like, break windows or anything. It's more like a petty annoyance.
A petty annoyance?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I mean, you're good at that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. What do we got the next one here? Spicy Meatballs. Spicy Meatballs donated $1. If he thinks periods are bad, try period farts.
Oh, God!
Yeah, I'm well aware of those.
Oh, no.
Ever tell you about the time when I was...
No, I don't want to hear it.
Well, I was... No, this isn't anything
Poor
like...
Pop.
When I was 22, I dated an 18-year-old who was fresh out of high school because I was waiting tables, and that's who came in to Olga's kitchen thinking they were cool, high school chicks. Well, I go over to one of their houses, and I'm like, oh, we're going to have a party. Okay, I'm partying with 18-year-olds. Didn't like doing that when I was 18, but okay, sure, let's give it a shot. I go down there. They're having a queefing contest. And guess who won? The chick on her period.
Oh, God.
It sounded like somebody sounding a duck call under 3 feet of swamp water.
Oh.
Oh, it was bad. It's like Donald Duck having an orgasm.
Should have walked right out.
I thought about
I have a
it.
story.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, it is kind of boring, but when I was in Thailand, which I was telling you, Pop, my friend and I went to the red light district because we heard that that's someplace that we should go to see because there's like sex shows. And there was no sex shows, but there was. So we sat down at this gross bar, and a woman came on stage, and she faced us, my friend and I. And she spread her legs, and then a balloon above us popped, and she threw a dart out of herself and hit a balloon above us.
That is a supreme assassin.
So that's so gross, right? But then if she didn't have aim, and yeah, so
That's like the evil Bond girl.
That's like, yeah, that's some like James Bond shit right there. Wow. No, I know. I mean, I've seen some of that stuff where like they ram a bunch of change up there, and then they actually drop coins in the specific order you demand it.
Oh, really?
it's crazy.
Yeah, and that's some serious control right there.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we can think what we want about it, but we should give homage to the control of the body on that to be able to count out 2 dimes, a nickel, and a quarter.
Oh yeah.
Kegels are a beautiful thing. I was gonna say.
Okay, if you say so.
I do.
I have something else to say.
All right.
There's a machine, a thing for the Kegel muscle that you can buy. So you put it inside your body, and then you can compete on an app with your friends on pressure. So they have competitions on who can squeeze most. So you can like be in competition with your friends with your Kegel muscle.
Oh.
That's it. You guys probably don't want to hear this, but I know things that maybe you don't, or that you haven't said.
I would
so I'm just
never
saying
have
it.
known that until you said that. But thank you for educating me on that craziness.
That could be.
You're welcome.
Now that could be a man on the street style video for this show right there.
We're supposed to be talking about murder, and I'm telling you a bunch
Or a
of dumb
woman on the
shit.
street.
But
Things needed to lighten up a little bit, so
Yeah.
I think we're okay.
A lot of people getting smoked.
Not a big deal. Mad Hatter Matador with a $20 donation. Thank you very much. I dated an English teacher once, but she sent me packing for inappropriate use of the colon. I love it when our fans got jokes. Speaking of which, where's Ascension? It's an hour into the stream. Ascension, where are you, man? We need some jokes. Tracy Wilborn. Blake, I didn't know that Cinemax did gay soft orn pay back in the day. Is that what got you interested in the Crytanic?
Good burn.
No, that was starring in it.
That's a good burn.
It is a good burn.
That is a good burn.
I just
Quality.
these dudes have been messing with me ever since. Just to give you the backstory, Jennifer, a few months back, I think it was an article at the Epic Times or something like that, and then right there along the top of the page of the source, what we're supposed to be using to talk about some serious shite, is an ad for an all-gay cruise.
oh no!
So ever since then, I have been getting
you can't live it down.
unholy
Yeah.
amounts of shit for that. But you know what? We turned it into a joke, and now it's comedy gold. So
That's fun. That's fun.
yeah, I don't mind. It's fun stuff. It's good times. And no, I wasn't actually in gay porn. You guys are going to clip that out of context and freaking post it on the internet with a GIF. And I know Jimmy Bones is probably already working on it. That anal savage.
Nice! Nice! I like it.
All right. I hope we didn't miss any of the super chats on YouTube. It seems like the chats on YouTube and in Streamlabs are kind of screwing up a little bit. Scuppin, $10 Australian. Aussie, kill. I would do the same if I lived in Canberra as well. Just kidding.
Nah, you don't have to kid with us. We understand.
No kid with you, man.
We understand completely.
Yes. Fan I am. Jen, appreciated your vid. F the war out of men, I agree. But do most women not do this? And if they do, why don't they get with the program?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Sorry. I don't know. Cities.
Cities. All right, cities. I got it. Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
The big cities that take the fuck right out of you.
Big shitties.
Well, they're not fucking one person. They're just doing it with all, so it's the same amount of sex. It's just distributed.
Wow. Yeah.
It's very unequal now.
I don't know. Like some of the ladies I interviewed in some bars, some of the shit they told me, it was amazing.
Wait, but to go with my theory that it's the equal distribution, so it's like 1,000 sexes, but with 1,000 different men instead of one man. Is that what you're saying?
Well, like I talked to like probably a couple dozen women in some of the bars in New York who literally were rolling between 18 and 30 dudes a week.
And that's how you wind up with a petri dish of disease between your legs.
I had my clipboard. I'm like, really?
That night it was a clipboard.
And how does that make you feel?
How does it make them feel? See, that would be my thing. I wonder if all of their friends, like, that's just the absolute norm to them.
It was the norm for them. They literally did not bat an eyebrow. They're like, oh no, it's this is what I like to do. I'm young. They don't seem to realize that time waits on no one.
Nope.
And they destroyed their ability to pair bond, and they don't even know it.
Jail.
Weird.
Weird. It's bad news bears. I don't understand it myself. I mean, I've been there, done that, got the T-shirt when it comes to being young and dumb and full of something that rhymes with dumb in my 20s, but I was never that off the hook. At least I hope not.
Oh God.
I didn't knock anybody up.
And some of these ladies were, very attractive. And I was like, God damn. They're just
wait, what about that was surprising to you?
I mean, you're talking like this woman is like, probably like the best one I saw was like an 8.5 out of 10. She was 26. And like, she's just like throwing away this Class A asset that she could be using to lock down a quality dude for pennies on the dollar.
Of course.
And I was just shocked.
Oh, that's what happens, though. And then they wonder what happens when they get to like 30, 35, and no one wants to pay full retail for something you've been giving away for free for the past decade and some change.
It's absolutely correct.
I'm just saying.
Uh,
Youth is wasted on the young.
Well, do you...
Yes. Yeah, I remember that quote. That's a good one.
I'm just saying. Does anybody actually buy the thing that they give you the free sample of at Costco? 99 times out of 100, probably not.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to say, the Chinese dumplings, those things were so good.
Oh, yes. I bought those myself.
Yes. I got the free sample, and I was like, you bitch! Where's this bear gag? God damn it. My daughter was 9. She's like, what? Why are you mad at her? Now I have to buy the damn dumplings! Because they were so good.
We got the same dumplings in my freezer if you want some.
Those are good shit. That's good shit,
really
man.
good stuff.
You got to let them thaw first. You can't nuke them.
Yes.
It fucks it up.
Yeah, I agree. Crazy Uncle. I already read that one. I'm going to move on to the next one here. Michael Bolliard. $20 donation. Thank you very much. Everyone knows a million lawyer jokes. Quit electing them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We need to be electing veterans and people who've actually experienced the real world and things like that.
Yep.
There was M. Pugat. He said, you missed my super chat. I didn't miss it. Freaking YouTube did. Was it a forest full of roosters or a jungle of roosters, Pop?
I would have to, I see what you're getting at there. I would say
Jungle.
50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the Amazon rainforest butts right up against the Yukon.
Yeah. Yeah, it was quite amusing.
But that day, everyone was a Mountie.
Damn, that was good.
I'm just saying.
Damn, you come up with this stuff quick.
Ascension! I was
There we
waiting
go.
for you, man. Having schmicks in the workplace is never a good idea. It gets really awkward. Having to see each other every day, people find out you can't teach anymore. Yeah!
That's good stuff.
If you haven't watched Wango Tango, it's on YouTube. Check it out.
Oh, my God.
The Holy Church of Blue Pill. What do we got here? Sculpt Wrecker with a $10 donation. Freedom! We need to make like a Photoshop of you with the blue paint. Full Braveheart. Irish Lover 7745 with a $5 donation. Caution sign for Florida gals and former Mormon gals. Yeah.
Yeah.
It brings back a memory. When I was working at Blockbuster Video, totally just dated myself. Yes, I'm 38. Fuck off. But there was a chick who came in there, cute little blonde thing. Didn't recognize her the second time that she came in because the first time she came in, she was depressed and wearing sweats. The second time she came in to give me her phone number, so she was done up a lot better. Well, during my first run around her block, if you know what I mean, all of a sudden she tells me that she's studying to be a Mormon. Instant, like, red flag shot up, like, the dot matrix printer's going off in my head of all of the bad things that could happen. No, I'm good. One is enough.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with that. Call me Big Love, but for totally different reasons. Crazy uncle, these kids need dads that will kick their asses, or maybe a crazy uncle to set them straight. Like Popp.
Yeah. I'll be your crazy uncle.
Crazy drunk uncle.
My nephews all call me crazy uncle.
Well, they do have a point.
Yeah, they do.
They do. Skapoon, $10 Australian. Snowtown murders in South Australia. Bodies were put in barrels of acid. Ooh.
That's a mob shit. They do that all the time.
Yeah. Cement shoes.
It's quite
swimming
ingenious.
with
It's
the
quite
fishes.
ingenious.
Fan I am. Oh, I already read that one. Michael Pelletier, $5 donation. No boys, murder, dismember, cook, and then serving it to unsuspected customers is worse.
Yes, I that is like giving me a lump of vomit in my throat. But yeah, whoa, that's some crazy evil shit right there.
That is some Shakespearean
If you
shit
get
there.
caught doing that, they need to just walk you right out the store and shoot you in the street.
Yeah.
I mean,
If anybody who hasn't really read Shakespeare and thinks it's all Romeo and Juliet, read Titus Andronicus and hold on to your butts, because that is some gnarly shit.
Can you give a pointer for reading Shakespeare? Because the language is okay. Maybe the chat is far superior in their literary skills, but I just can't. I can't do it. Did you read it on your own, or were you coached through it?
I can't read.
I read it on my own.
I can't read it.
You did.
But if you would just want to watch there's a really great film adaptation, just flat out called Titus, where
Okay.
Anthony Hopkins plays the eponymous title character. It's from the same director that made Frida, Across the Universe. And it's got that weird, like, Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet kind of like mishmash of time periods all put into one. But it's good stuff. And spoiler alert at the end, Anthony Hopkins kills the sons of his enemy and then serves them to her entire family as meat pies.
Well.
That was in Game of Thrones too.
Oh, they stole it from Shakespeare. Now you know.
There's only so many times you can. I mean, once it's done.
Yeah.
Once you serve your enemy's children on a platter,
Yeah.
then it's just repeated.
Winning.
It's such a good plot.
It is.
After that, everybody's just a rip-off artist. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. Matthew Sturgis, tomorrow is my birthday. Happy birthday, sir. I'm trying to be thankful for everything good. Pop, Blake, and Jennifer, thank you all. Thanks for keeping me sane this past year. Also, bought myself another HK pistol and booze. I got to celebrate.
All right.
Yes.
HK pistol. Those are
And
expensive.
COD dynamite.
Yes.
Pop? Come on, Pop.
Hey, man.
Yes.
It,
Didn't do
listen,
that
Amazon
anymore,
that shit.
probably.
it was legitimate stuff from a fireworks company.
I don't think that it's not.
Yeah. Yeah. Did I do it for less than were the purposes somewhat nefarious? Yeah, I guess so.
Honestly, I'm really proud of your little boy self for buying dynamite through a fucking COD.
It was in the back of
your
the
age.
comic books.
Honestly.
I didn't have to look far. Literally, there's an ad in the back of I was reading, what is it? Prince Namor. He's like an Atlantean guy. And I'm like, oh, fireworks. Wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I went with it.
Yeah, that's good.
And for people now who think that, this is the good old days just because we have tablets and fast computers,
You don't know shit.
Pop ordered dynamite
No.
out of a comic book.
It was an M3000, which was the equivalent of a third of it. It wasn't actual
It
dynamite.
might as well be dynamite.
Yeah, can we just say it's dynamite?
Come on.
God, yeah.
You're ruining my fun over
It's
here.
so
Get
much
me
more
on the
fun.
list. You're gonna get me on the list, man. Jesus, I was 8.
This is how rumors start, huh?
It's just rumor control. That's all this is.
I was 8
Got
years
it.
old.
Okay,
I was
okay,
8
okay.
years old.
We're
It's
fine.
cool. It's cool.
All right.
You sick bastard. I haven't done any Stewie yet. I should probably do that. The enlightened Mr. Peabody donated $2. Black privilege is being able to be openly racist.
Yes.
I would agree.
Yeah.
In fact, the
Shut
whole
up,
idea
Whitey.
of critical race theory is simply just racism against a race. But it's because it's the majority is totally fine because they're the privileged ones. And I'm sorry, Jennifer, you were going to say something?
Oh, I just told him to shut up, Whitey.
Whitey.
Whitey!
Whitey!
F you
My-
and all
my-
your
what-
motherfucking friends! No, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I'll
What
die.
I'm finding is that people that are the most racist are white people to white people.
White liberals.
Is anyone else?
Yeah, white
Yeah,
liberals.
like, you don't know. You shut up. You're white. I'm like, you're white. You are
Yeah.
white.
Well, if modern social media has taught us anything, it's that the people who are going out there and screaming the loudest in favor of or against something are 180-degree opposite of what they tend to preach.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, you got all these climate crisis alarmists out there flying private jets to accept awards, riding in diesel boats and stuff like that so that they can go yell at people who work on the oil rig. Meanwhile, the skeptics, dudes like you and me who understand that, well, the sun goes through cycles, we're actually more likely to recycle than the people who complain about
I
it.
mean, this whole climate change, there's more to it than just the CO2 levels because they've gone through the ice cores. CO2 levels have been, high in the past.
Much higher.
We've had like countless, ice ages. There was even a point where the whole Earth was frozen over.
Yep.
And like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's some shit out there that we don't know about. I mean, literally, we've only been really on the science bandwagon for about 70 years out of our entire existence.
If anything, I would say that CO2 emissions probably are preventing us from going into another ice age. That's just
Well,
my
and-
personal opinion.
Yes. Yeah.
And I was going to say, from my understanding, humans and everything thrives in global warming versus global cooling. So I think we should just be riding this shit as far as we can go.
I mean, think about it.
I mean, to be honest, 7 billion people on the planet, that's just too many people. Somebody's got to go. So,
Okay. I accept what you just said.
Let's
And
start
a
with
lot
the
of people
coastal
on
elites.
the left, a lot of people on the left say that. They've been saying it for years and years. Then coronavirus comes along, and now it's fucking illegal to not wear a mask because you could kill a 98-year-old person. Like where
If you're looking for consistency, you can't go to the left.
you're not going to get.
That's never going to happen.
You're not getting consistency from the left. It's
No. If you honestly just take everything that they say about the so-called science of the global, climate crisis at their word, we would have to go back to a primitivistic state of being prior to the Industrial Revolution of the 1800s. It's not going to happen. And really what this is all about is preventing second and world countries from developing so that they can keep them under thumb. Because the number one earmark of a developed country is carbon emissions.
Yep.
Period.
Wait. Blake, go over that again. You're saying that we're trying to hold them under the thumb by...
We're trying to hold them back. Well, not we.
Yeah, but, okay.
The people who run this country with a demented puppet in charge who likes to sniff girls and women. But
sure.
Just saying.
Yeah.
It's
but here's
basically
my question.
economic imperialism.
With the Paris Climate Agreement, it seems to me that we're handing over that. It's signatory only, and we're back into it. It's going to cost us trillions.
That's not it at all.
Okay.
The Paris Climate Agreement exists so that the West can virtue signal and outsource jobs to China, where all of that pollution is going to be coming from. But the NIMBYists over here, the people who don't give a shit about anything as long as it's not in their backyard, can say, "Oh well, thank God, we're totally above all that. Oh, all the same pollution is coming from China and worse, and they abuse their workers. I'm not interested. Check out my smartphone."
Yeah.
That was so stupid of me to not put that together. Thank you.
It's all right.
It's all right.
You're not stupid.
No big deal. There's no such thing as stupid questions, only Democrats. I just came up with that off the fly.
I like it. I thought maybe you heard that somewhere.
No, I just came up with that. See, this is why people like Wine Blake in the chat. I'm just saying. And speaking of which, I need to...
Are you drinking that in a copper mug?
Yeah, it's a mug. It's a, well, I don't even know what you would call it. It came with tequila, but it's a nice stainless steel thing, so it keeps things warmer or colder longer.
Oh, got it. Okay.
It's Casa Noble.
What's the next one?
What do we say here? The Enlightened Mr. Peabody. It's like, we need to get the fuck out of here. We need to get back to talking about blood and guts and death.
Grunt!
The Enlightened Mr. Peabody with his chat. Thank you very much. Cardinal Bob with a 99-cent donation. Thank you, sir. Enlightened Mr. Peabody again. Did the Bible say to abstain from sex before marriage because it destroys the family and allows evil to come in and take over?
I really don't know.
I don't know.
I know that there's especially in the Old Testament, there's a whole lot of begotten going on.
A little bit.
Yeah. Woo.
Woo.
Those are some seed-slinging individuals back then, man.
Yeah, when it comes to sex before marriage, I'm not one to point a finger. I might smell it, but I'm not going to point it. Just saying. Pat Wax Daddy, who we still have to have on the stream.
Goat belly.
Goat Billy. I think Pop's childhood balance came from gifting porta potties on the porches of people who he felt upset with.
That's a good story.
I'm all ears.
We can't.
Come on!
All right.
Goat Belly would not have brought that up if he didn't want you to tell the story.
All right. So I was in high school. I was a runt. I remember in 9th grade, this one guy, I'm just going to say his name was Brad, was just picked on me ruthlessly, bully, the whole deal. Well, in my junior year, I wasn't such a small kid anymore, and I hated his guts. So, me and two of my buddies were out, messing around on 696 when they were building it back in the day. And I'm like, who lives around here? That guy named Brad I hate. My two buddies are like, yeah? Fuck him. And I'm like, yeah, let's go fuck him up. So we're like, you know what? Let's take that porta potty and take it 1.5 miles around the golf course and leave it on his front lawn. Yeah, okay. So we literally borrowed a wheelbarrow from the construction site, picked up a porta shitter, and literally took it down the road like 1 mile with my buddy on each side, balancing so it wouldn't fall over. And people were driving by laughing. They're like, that's awesome! We literally put it in his front yard, right? Door open, pushed it against the front door. So we had to come out of the front door to go around. And pull it.
Oh, boy.
And then it was garbage day. And we went down his block and took everyone's garbage bags and made a pyramid of trash in his front yard. Fuck that guy.
That's awesome. We just crossed 1,200 viewers. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. And thank you for another story that involves fecal matter, Pop. I mean, that goes right up there with the Pringles can full of shit.
That was a good. But you're shitting one Pringles can and no one ever lets you forget about it.
Well,
God damn it!
You did do it in front of an audience, and then you told the story in front of an audience of 125,000 people. So, I mean,
all right, yeah, okay.
You did it to yourself, bro.
You got a point.
And guess what? Your girlfriend's shaped like a dick. Yep. There you go. But it's so delicious.
Oh my God, that shit is so good. Hey, Jennifer,
Yeah, what?
get yourself a bottle of this Jameson cold brew.
Ooh,
It's a whiskey mixed with some kind of essence of coffee,
so good.
but it is so smooth. I don't know how they do it. Like literally, it's great.
So how do you drink it? Straight in coffee or?
I just drink it straight. You can,
Yeah.
well,
On the rocks? Neat.
no, I'm beyond that. I'm a straight guy.
Okay.
I'm four fingers.
Yeah.
Four
Okay.
fingers.
So
deep.
straight.
Oh. But I'm just saying that this
It's
you can
good.
mix it with Kahlua and cream. You can
Yeah, I've never
mix it,
seen that.
You can mix it with this Tennessee Old Smoky caramel
I was
whiskey.
going to say, how did that work out?
That was actually pretty tasty.
All right.
It was good.
Yeah, we filmed this morning. The next Pop Culture episode, which will be coming out next Saturday, is on polyamory. Sounds like a 19th century school teacher, but really it's the end of your life if you agree to that shit.
Yes.
Bad news bears. Five's out. He says voices of Bram Stoker's Dracula, which I haven't seen enough to actually do that one, or Joe Pesci from Casino.
Joe Pesci. That one.
I don't know if I could do Joe Pesci from Casino. You take your boots off, you put your feet up on the table, you shit-kicking, stinky, horse manure-smelling motherfucker, you! You do that again, I'm gonna stick you in the hole in the fucking desert!
Which he did.
Which he did, yeah.
You
Oh,
did.
man, the first time that I saw Casino, when Joe Pesci gets whacked, that is some gnarly shit.
He had it coming.
He had it coming.
That
is-
motherfucker.
He was a little
gnarly.
shit.
That
Oh,
that
yeah.
motherfucker had that shit coming.
That seems to be his role in a Scorsese movie. He plays like this little Napoleon dude who kicks a lot of ass and pisses off a lot of people, but then he always dies extremely well. Very gnarly,
Yep.
but extremely well. Pugat. Jennifer, if you think Uno is fun, you should try ATM. Oh, no, dude. He's not talking about an automatic
I
teller
know what he's
machine, if
talking
you know what I
about.
mean.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'll tell my husband.
All right.
That was good. That was
right.
very good.
I don't really want to play it, but he's the boss.
Touche.
Hey,
touche.
all right, yeah. You never go ass to mouth. I've never gone ass to mouth. You don't go ass to mouth. I've never gone ass to mouth.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's. Is that in Casino?
No.
Clerks
Just
2.
kidding. I know.
Clerks 2.
Okay. Oh, Clerks, yeah. Another good movie. Totally different than Casino.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes, very much different. James P., $25 donation. Never marry a stripper and never date an ex-paid professional, as told to me by my friend.
I put that out a long time ago. You don't ever mess on a permanent basis with a woman who's ever been connected to the sex industry. in
You
any
could never
way,
turn a
shape.
whore into a housewife.
You don't do it. You don't do it.
Okay, question. We were just saying that there's so many what's it called? OnlyFans.
Yeah.
There's so many girls in OnlyFans.
Yep.
Do you think that that's
It's going to blow up in
Do you
their
think-
face.
yeah, do you think men will count that?
Yes.
'Cause I don't know what they do. Do they take clothes off or you can do whatever you want?
It all depends. Like if they're like, cooking or doing something innocuous, no.
But
But
most
if they're
of the-
doing any sex shit at all, it's going to blow up in their face.
No.
let's just be honest. No 18-year-old chick is starting an OnlyFans to cook
I know.
unless they're cooking naked.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these chicks are being groomed by all of this social media attention that they get while they're teenagers to the point where they feel like they have to start an OnlyFans at 18 in order to capitalize on their innate value.
Yeah.
They're getting in the butt. All right. Al Schwartz. Apparently, I've been assessed 5 homo suspicion points for a Shakespeare reference. Was that before or after you found out about kids getting cooked and put in meat pies and served to their mom?
Yeah,
Just asking.
That's a little harsh for Shakespeare. I don't really think you should be assessed any homo suspicion.
No, I would
Homo
completely-
suspicion points because there's all kinds of wicked killing in those stories.
Even in Romeo and Juliet, there's
Everyone
wicked killing.
dies.
Everyone dies. Shit.
Yeah, okay.
That's the opposite of homo suspicion points. Thank you very much. I think I should be assessed a couple of man points for referencing Titus Andronicus.
Which we're working on a future show called Man Points.
Damn right.
It's going to be similar to homo suspicion points, except you're not assessed a homo. It's a man or not man.
Fan I am. He says, you missed my second super chat. Okay, I'm sorry about that. If it wasn't in here, I didn't see it. Throw a comment in there, just a comment. I will keep an eye out for it as I am reading. Jackal Hunter, that girl who sent the swimps needs a firing squad.
Yes, we need more of that. And we need to bring back dueling.
Yes, we do.
I don't know if I need to excuse myself, but I'll be right back, okay?
All right.
She's gonna go take a dump.
You got to take a dump?
You gotta take a dump. Are you gonna take a shit or are you gonna suck a dick?
That's another comedy video we're kicking around is
it's coming.
Talking to your significant other like you would one of your male friends.
Could you imagine that? That'd be horrendous. If I talked to my wife the way I talk to you, I wouldn't be married anymore.
Yeah, and with me, it just like goes right over my head. I'm like, whatever.
Honey, can you help me get the laundry? Whatever, you British cigarette.
Or I call him the phone. It's like, hey, what's up, faggot? That's like the first word we say.
Banned!
Fag!
Banned! Crazy uncle. Damn it, Blake! They're not modern liberals. They're lib-urinals. Though I wouldn't piss in their mouth if their teeth were on fire.
That's going in the book.
It's going in the book.
Lib-urinals.
Jerry C., what do you have when you have 20 lawyers buried up to their necks in sand? Not enough sand. Winning.
Lib-urinals.
Nice. Stephen Conlon, I'm sad about the state of this stupid world. Well, you know what? Join the cool kids club because we're all here and it's all sad.
Yes.
And we have booze. So
yep.
It's not a waste of time.
Nope.
Jeremiah Davis. Hey, what's up, you bundle of sticks? Great show tonight. Pop's name was mentioned on Tim Pool's show the other day. Yep, we heard about that, episode 277.
Yeah. I actually listened for it. It's somebody said he read a super chat where my name was mentioned. So.
Yeah, you need to interview Terrence Popp. Well, if anybody out there wants to try to push that campaign on Tim Pool, actually one of our editors for the Grunt Speak highlights now works for him as a graphic t-shirt designer. So while the name is fresh in his brain,
hammer him!
I'm going to put that out there. Bloggins, $10 from Australia. Sad face, you missed my big super chat. Actually, no, I saw that. There was like a $50 super chat, but it freaking disappeared. I'm so sorry about that. Because I saw it, and then, but I scroll back up, and I can't see it. Damn it.
They are dropping off. I mean, we don't have any control of that. Like, send us an email, and either we'll say it, we'll read it on this live stream or the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Who's the other dude who said I missed his chat? Where is it? Fan I am. Where is he at? Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, Fan I am. No, I did read that chat. I actually read it the second that it came in. You probably just missed it. So, yeah, because I thought I screwed up, so I'm probably still going to have a headache because I just can't wait to drink it.
Yeah.
It's just a bad habit. What are you going to do?
You'll be fine.
What are you going to do? What do you say? You missed my big super chat. Ma once pitched a big-ass cast iron pot across the house to bounce off my head. Asked for a piece of fruit.
That's a little excessive.
Could you imagine that? Bong. What the hell, Ma? Can you get me an apple? What the fuck? You just asked me for an apple. Is this because Dad left you? I'd leave you.
Damn.
My mom's a whore.
Well, how do you think we all got here?
I'm just saying.
I wonder what his feelings are about it. Like he just said, but I wonder if he laughs about it now or if he's like traumatized and he just like mentions it in chat because it's a bad day in his life.
I'm going to be honest.
That shit made me laugh, but I don't think that that's normal for me to laugh.
I have, like, of all of the guys who are in my age category, or plus or minus 5 years, who have experienced stuff like that, if it wasn't a sexual abuse thing, normally they've gone past it. They laughed about it. It's over. They're moving forward.
True.
Yeah, I guess my question to you gentlemen or the people in chat, have you ever met someone who not was beat, not who was abused, but was hit, smacked, that is resentful to that?
No.
Because I've never met anyone who was hit on occasion or spanked or slapped that holds a grudge about it.
Yeah,
or
no.
thinks it was wrong.
I don't.
No, I've never come across.
Me neither.
I got my ass beat exactly twice, and that was all I needed.
But what was it for? Do you remember?
I was acting up in church.
That'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a kid. I mean, what do you want from me?
Listen, I got beat so much.
You expect a 5-year-old kid to pay attention in a Catholic church?
Yeah.
You'd have better luck picking fly shit out of pepper wearing boxing gloves.
Well, the thing about these single mothers, right, is like when I was about 12, like literally my mother could not hurt me anymore.
Yeah, that's about it.
I like literally, I mean, she would start hitting me and I would like run to the couch, stick my face in a pillow and laugh hysterically because it had no effect anymore. No effect.
Yeah.
Well, I have some questions. How often did she do that?
I probably got my ass whipped probably like once every other month.
Okay, so it wasn't like every time she got a bad mood.
No.
So for me, I'm wondering if there's any like a derogatoriness towards it that is more escalating to a child's psyche than the actual physical harm, or is it strictly like, oh, this hurts? Like for me, when I was slapped, yeah, it stung, but I was mostly embarrassed about my behavior or embarrassed that she did that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like what my grandmother slapped me once in the face and like quit being a sissy. And I was like, oh, I was like shocked. I was like, oh my God.
When grandma's telling you not to be a sissy.
Yes.
You're being a sissy.
I was like, God damn, I must be being a sissy. I was whining about carrying a ice chest thing.
Well, and you think about it too. I mean, for the most part, I would say that by a certain age, at the very least by the time I was about 8 years old, all of that stuff, like if you got your ass beat when you were 5 or 6, all of that is still fresh enough in your brain, and you actually start to really understand cause and effect. If you can understand why it happened, then you can make peace with it in your own head.
I did.
Whereas if you're just getting your ass beat every other day because somebody's got a bug up their ass about something that has nothing to do with you, that is going to cause all kinds of messed up neurochemistry because you're going to be getting constant adrenaline spikes, and you're going to be wondering when it's going to be happening again. You're going to be going through stress.
The constant second guessing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you never know what's going to cause it. If there's that cause and effect there, you can rationalize it, you can make peace with it. But if it's just anytime I feel like it, I'm going to beat you in your ass, well then,
that's a problem.
I could see why there would be a psychosis from that.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem.
All right, you know what? Let's get back to the rest of these wonderful, stunning, and brave murder charges. Jail. Here's a good one. Teenage girl murdered by jealous love rival after announcing her engagement. Apparently, the chick on the left over here
is dead.
And this chick here, 2 years younger, decided that, well, instead of getting over it by getting under it, she just have somebody whacked.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? And then there's this one here. Teen girl charged as adult in mom slaying, texted boyfriend, I want her gone. And here's a good one here.
What the fuck is that shit?
Now, as a soldier, you're going to love this one. The teen's 20-year-old soldier boyfriend is also facing charges in the woman's death.
That guy's an absolute idiot.
Yes, he is. Guess how old the chick was?
Okay, since you said that, she's got to be younger than 16.
14.
Jail!
Jamie Silvanek, facing multiple charges, including homicide, abuse of a corpse. I don't even want to know what happened there. Tampering with physical evidence, and criminal conspiracy. Now, this is the part that cracks me up. Investigators said they found the teen girl naked in bed with her boyfriend and co-conspirator hours after discovering the poorly buried body of the girl's mother, 54-year-old Cheryl. Now, here's the real fun part. Although they charged her conspirator with a crime, He previously faced 1 count of statutory sexual assault of a juvenile, but that charge has been withdrawn since Sylvanek is now a defendant in the homicide, and the Commonwealth cannot prove that charge without her testimony. Did you or did you not find her naked in bed with him when you came to get the body?
What the hell?
So we're going to stack charges, 2 different murder charges and a manslaughter charge on a cop who was just doing his job, who had nothing to do with the dude who died of an overdose. But the dude who helped his 14-year-old girlfriend 86 her mom and then jumps into bed with her afterwards to celebrate, and the cops walk in on that? Well, you know, we can't really charge him for it. I mean, he's just getting his rocks off all over her face. I mean, what do you want? Come on.
Damn!
We can't just beat the kid. I mean, he's just, the crazy pussy is the best. I'm just saying.
Sure is.
God.
Sure is.
Oh, but despite all of these cases, you know who's considered for a curfew? Men.
Yeah.
Men.
You knew, listen, you guys out there in Redonkulas land, you knew I was going to talk about this. You know I was going to bring this up.
This was first brought up 5 years ago on a site called Feminist Current. It's time to consider a curfew for men. And get a load of this lovely blame and shame language. You've had your chance, be penised ones, and you've blown it. No, that's your job. What you've proven time and time again is that you can't be trusted to behave yourselves after dark. All right, now, anybody who has a memory longer than how long it took, the last time they took a shit, is going to remember exactly what she's talking about. Enjoy this. In Germany, about 1,000 men are reported to have arrived at the Cologne Cathedral area on New Year's Eve intending to schmexually assault and mug as many women as possible. This is what she cites as the reason to give men a curfew. I wonder what kind of men were hanging out there that day.
Who could that be? Who could that be?
Initiated this mass assault.
Could they have beards?
Could they worship a guy who likes to pork 9-year-old girls?
Could they throw gays from roofs?
Do they like warlords who enjoy interspecies erotica, fucko?
Yeah, and when they don't have anyone to wage war with, don't they fight amongst themselves all the time?
That's why there's never peace in the Middle East.
Because of the religion of peace.
Yeah!
Yeah!
So, but, in this entire article, she never once mentions Islam.
Not one time.
And uses it to extrapolate to the entire male gender, except for when it's just one of them and then they show up at a gay bar in Orlando, Florida and shoot up the whole place. Well, then we can't make any snap judgments there.
Yeah, and we're going to put that incident on the right extremists.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah. Isn't it great that when a cop shoots a girl who's about to stab another girl, that's indicative of white supreme pizza, and the entire police department as a whole needs to be held accountable. We need to defund the police. We need to retrain them. We need to make sure that the unions are holding these people accountable. But when a white guy shoots somebody, or, well, no, not when a white guy, when a black guy shoots somebody, then it's the gun's fault.
Yep. Unbelievable. All right. That's a tangent.
That's a tangent, but it's very relevant.
Yes, it is.
It's extremely relevant. And now, this is not just feminist, back annals.
Is that a real woman, or is that like the witch from the Wizard of Oz?
I think that's what would happen if she melted like in the movie, and then she was reformed out of the sewage like the Golgothan shit demon in Dogma.
That is one looking glass challenged woman right there, I'm just going to say.
All men should have a 6 p.m. curfew to make women feel safer on the streets after Sarah Everard's murder. Now, just so we know, this, the cute one, is Sarah Everard. This is nightmare fuel. Just saying. Yeah, because, this woman obviously is getting laid, right?
First of all, I would never obey that curfew.
No.
I would never obey it.
And the really funny thing, I mean, we've talked about this 100 times. Men are, depending on the study that you look at, 4 to 7 times more likely to be attacked on the street than women.
By other men.
By other men,
Yes.
exactly.
I've been jumped a few times. That shit's real.
And they're more likely to be attacked in their own homes by women. The vast majority of unreciprocated domestic violence is perpetrated by women. The vast majority of domestic violence is reciprocal.
Yep. It's just men happen to be better at it because we have bigger muscles, bigger lungs, more endurance, more blood, bigger hearts.
Wait, what? No, I thought we're the same, though.
No, we're not.
Oh, we're totally the same,
okay,
except for,
Okay, I'm so confused.
I know, right? I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I got you.
I love what George Carlin talks about suicide. It's like, yeah, men die more of suicide, even though women attempt it more. Because men are better at it.
Totally true.
See, that's why the manual transmission community only has a 43% attempted suicide rate. Because just like their gender, they only want to pretend to commit suicide. Oh!
Dude, that's a good burn.
Oh, I went there.
That's a
That's a
pretty
penis straw.
nasty. Oh my God! You fucker.
Mm.
Oh, man, I need to drink after that one. That was a good one.
So, if I may, there was a feminist from the 60s who I have on one of my little soundbite interviews. And she was talking about how feminism has changed. And, oh man, I wish I could pull it up. But she said that when she was in university, there used to be a curfew on women. And she said, we as feminists were because the men, the university, the whatever wanted to protect women. And they said, no, we will risk rape. We will risk rape in order to stay up later and have our freedoms. So I think about this woman a lot because I think the origination of it was like, okay, yeah, we'll get raped or murdered or whatever it is to stay out later. And now we're having,
Well, you know what? Think about it. Back in the 60s, or the same era, the term colored people was considered racisms. But now you are racist if you don't refer to them as people of color. What the difference is? I have no idea. But like I said,
it's semantics.
You cannot expect consistency from the left. It's never going to happen. And feminism is intrinsically a leftist doctrine.
yeah.
Oh.
And
Camille Paglia, somebody in the chat remembered her name. She's going to write it down. I know I've talked to her, but
She's writing it down.
she's going to write it down. Just like lib urinals.
You get it. I had to write that down. You get him, Jennifer. You get him.
wait, what?
Wait, what?
You get him.
Wait.
Get him.
Nothing. You're writing it down. I mean, go get it.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. No, just sometimes something good is said. So I want to think about it further.
Oh,
I do the same thing.
oh yeah, we do that all the time.
Yeah.
We'll just be sitting here talking in the middle of an episode, and then all of a sudden you'll say something, I'll say something, and you're like, holy shit! And write that down. I'm gonna forget about it because of brain damage.
That's right. I have to do it.
Yep. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. Well, that's the gist of tonight is that despite the fact that obviously not even women, but teenage girls are whipping men into a frenzy and sending them out into the world as their own personal hit squad, men are the ones who need a curfew. Totally. And then it's even funnier when you consider what you said, Jennifer, about the fact that these women were willing to keep their freedoms and go out there and risk the rapé just for...
But here's the funny part. Who's going to enforce a 6 p.m. curfew on men? Men? No.
No, but Popp, I wonder about that. I mean, I don't know. Police and military are supposed to be, defending our Constitution, but it seems like further and further.
It is. It's a slippery slope. Now
It is a
listen.
slippery slope.
And you know what? I have far more respect for those women in the 60s who said that they would rather keep their freedoms and accept the risk. You know
To
what?
know what the slap is like.
Exactly.
They were willing to get the fucking slap.
Why is that not acceptable today? Why are we killing grandma if we want to go out into the world without a mask and accept the risk.
I know.
Now they're trying to actually tie our personal freedoms guaranteed to us by God, not by government, to a vaccine. So just because if you're not willing to be a guinea pig to a multinational billion-dollar corporation that hasn't really tested this shit yet, well, then you can just stay home. Fuck you.
That's right. Suck a dick!
Suck a dick! You gonna suck a dick or you gonna take a shit?
Yeah! Oh, man.
All right, let's rip through the rest of these super chats.
Wait. What were you going to say, Jennifer?
Well, I just, there's no risk anymore. It seems to me that people have lost the notion of what it is to protect what's important or to take a risk. When I go to the grocery store, I don't wear a mask. And the chat can think what they want about me, but I don't want to put this on men, but I really like strong men. I really like good men. I really like strong women and good women, but they're strong.
When we
different
talked
ways.
about ass to mouth, you did say your husband was the boss. Now, that's a
He is
good
the
woman
boss.
right there. I'm just saying.
He is the boss. But when I have gone out in the world, you know what? I think I was just going to tell a lie. I was going to say that more men have given me shit about not wearing a mask, but I'd say it's about 50-50. It's either old women or men in their 50s, 60s. But I'm thinking, I can't believe that these older people that should have more of a touch base with what life is like without freedom or with struggle would be more accepting. I've lost the ability to say it succinctly and clearly.
She's gone dot matrix.
we got to put that on this.
That helps.
We got to get that sound on the soundboard.
We talk about
no,
it
but
all
it's
the
just
time.
people aren't willing to risk anything anymore. We have it so good. And if we want the population to go down, or if we believe in natural order, and yet you have to wear a mask and follow these rules and take this shot with a card.
Yeah. You know what?
I have this vaccine.
I will agree with you to a point. If you're talking about the mainstream narrative or the lamestream narrative, there's no risk there.
Nope.
Because
Okay.
you've got people who've been burning, looting, and murdering now for 9-10 months, almost a year. They know that there are not going to be any consequences because Soros has bought, sold, and paid for all of these local prosecutorial attorneys that are not going to send them to prison. So they're not taking the risk. You know who is taking the risk? Him.
Yeah.
Me. You, Jennifer, people who are actually going out there and attempting to tell the truth, because what happens to us every time we try? Censored. You get a strike on YouTube. You get doxxed. You get fucked over. All because you're trying to tell the truth and actually follow the real science, not the scientists that are bought, sold, and paid for by an administration that wants to sell us out to the absolute lowest bidder and screw us all in the ass, take away our way of life, and then use the Constitution for fucking toilet paper. I said it.
Yeah, there you go. I couldn't have said it any better.
So, suck a dick!
So have a good night, everybody.
It's like, yeah, we're done here. No, we still got more super chats to read. We're going to read more super chats, damn it.
I know.
There was another half to blog and super chat. He says, live react to Sabaton Fields of Verdun. If we have time, we'll do it, but we have some more super chats to do. We'll save it for last. Nick Crocodilus. Now that is a name. If lefties really worried about CO2, they would root for nuclear. Instead, they shill for rare earth-dependent tech like wind and solar. PRC has a monopoly of. Yep. Or they vote for the lithium batteries that go in their electric cars that are specifically mined in China and other surrounding areas by children.
Yep.
Just like your cell phones.
Gotta love it.
You should look at your cell phones and cry. Brett the Bachelor, $10. Why are all of Pop's hat bills longer? Is that a Michigan thing?
No, I bought them that way because I like to keep the sun out of my eyes because I get migraine headaches from bright light.
That's a good answer. I was going to make a joke, but I'll just leave it alone. The enlightened Mr. Peabody. Let's make prawn illegal. Yay! No. We don't want to do that. What would all the 18-year-old girls do to pay their bills? They only make like an average of like $138 a month on Only scams.
Like they ruin their lives for $130 a month.
We still got over 1,000 people watching, almost
God
1,200
damn, that's
people.
awesome.
Thank you all so much. 727 likes. We need to make sure that that is equal to the number of people who are watching. Smash that like button like you would, enjoy smashing Jennifer.
I don't think that was the wise thing to say.
I'm just a bad man. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well,
What are you gonna say?
I've been reading the chat,
Oh,
and the chat thinks you're hot.
they liked you.
They like you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, before
do.
you
Well-
came on, you're like, I don't think your audience will like you.
Yeah, I did
I'm
say
like,
that.
what are you talking about? I have lots of guys that have no problem talking to women, especially, if they want to remain on a logical, even playing field without going back on this crazy emotion bullshit.
Sure.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that it's a very intellectual thing, and when they look at women like Jennifer, they just think of an internet acronym, DSLs.
Okay,
Okay, just saying.
what are you gonna say? Hey, look,
She's like, what does that mean?
I don't know what it is.
We'll tell you off the stream. You don't
the
need to
chat are gonna
know,
be like,
baby. Not right now.
All right.
Listen, we're nasty pigs. What can I say?
We're nasty
That's right.
pigs.
Listen, I'm an old infantry grunt. I get way worse.
You come on a show with two dudes who drink and talk shit for a living. I mean, it is what it is. What do we got here? Zune 1144. I want to see the hamster running for women. Ask them why they are so afraid of the silence of men.
I
Interesting.
don't know.
In fact, they're afraid of both. They're afraid of men who won't play, and they're afraid of men who speak up.
Yes, they are.
Crazy uncle, OnlyFans equals spinster bubble at age 30.
Did a
Comedy
video.
gold.
We did a whole video about the spinster bubble.
Yeah, we did. And we're probably going to do another one on OnlyFans. But that video did really well.
Yeah.
Yay, I'm Bella Thorne. I made $2 million in a week. Oh, you thought I meant naked. Silly rabbits.
Is that the woman that didn't give the picture?
Yeah, she's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to take naked, nude, no clothes on photos. And then $2 million later, oh, you thought I meant like naked? No, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. All she had to do was just do one photo, Playboy, quality. That's it.
That's it.
And she would have been fine.
Instead,
Bait and switch.
bait and switch.
Just like most women out there today.
Chill. Nick. Nothing. Nothing wrong with ass to mouth if you are anal about hygiene.
Nice.
I like it. It's good shit.
Nice.
Riggs Jr. You know what? I want to say Riggs had a chat early on in the night, but it's not coming up in the feed anymore. So Riggs, if you're still there, make sure that you put another comment in there. You don't need to do a super chat. I will keep an eye out for it. Lonely Fans is just another one of the red flags making a 304 a one-night rental basis. Yeah.
That is correct.
Smooth Criminal, $2. Thank you very much. Fan I am. Can you three people share stories about being teased for your first or last names?
Oh, shit.
Pop goes the weasel.
I've heard them all.
Yeah, me too. Oh, Blake the Flake made a big bad mistake. Fuck you guys. Yeah, it still bothers me.
I'm over.
Well, I was Jenny John molest me. Jenny molested me. Jenny molester. Jenny molested me. Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Pretty good.
Well, and by the way, that's been in my comment section a lot. Like
really?
it started in first grade and it's up till about a week ago. So
Well, there you go.
yeah, it's pretty. Yeah,
Eventually, it all just it's all background noise at some point. You know?
oh sure. I mean,
I don't care
Moleski,
anymore.
I
It
mean,
doesn't
come
bother
on.
me.
Moleski, how you doing?
Be a good-
You gonna moan for me? I assure you, what's happening here is nowhere near as sexy as it sounds. Oh, goodness
right.
gracious. Michael Pelletier. Blake and Pop are paid to play like sex workers because these men have value. No homo.
Okay, cool.
Winning.
All I do is tell the truth.
I mean, I wouldn't call myself a sex worker.
I give opinions. You know, I talk about real world shit and I compare it to history to scare the shit out of you.
Oh, great. Now the chat's going crazy with it. Blake the fake mistake with a tiny snake. Yeah, my last name is Kleiner, which literally means smaller in German. So you can imagine the kind of shit that I went through taking German in high school and college. Motherfucker! And no, it's not true. Wait. Chin Chu, let me know if the Tanto is Redonkulas approved.
Oh, the Tanto knife?
Tanto knife.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought I was talking about the character that Johnny Depp played in The Lone Ranger. Han Soulless. I was spanked as a kid, and I deserved it. And at the time, I hated my parents for it. But now I am grateful that they were tough on me. P.S. Blake, Pop, plus straw. You know what to do. I hit him in the face once tonight. I want to see if I can do it again.
Bastard. Come on, man. I wasn't looking. You caught me by surprise.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to hit you in the face since we started doing this.
Stop it. Stop it. It's nasty.
And not in a gay way. So don't even say it. I know there's dudes in the chat who are talking about, oh, that's sexual chemistry. You could cut it with a knife. Fuck off!
That's because they don't know what sexual chemistry actually is.
Woo! Oh. Burn! Burn!
Well, we did just recently have a dude on this show who, dolls. That's all I'm going to say. Crazy Donut. Russian here, 30 years old. Oh, I should probably read this in Russian then, shouldn't I? Kids' discipline definitely involves some physical. My mom actually made an Iron Lady look like you have just betrayed the country.
All right.
That's it. You gonna die on me, bro? Don't die on me, man.
I'm all right.
It's not gonna happen. Bloggins with a $10 donation. Thanks, guys and gal. You all hit the nail right on the head. Right on all counts. Some trauma, some fear, and second guessing. Lots of CBT and such to undo the damage, but I can laugh about it now.
That's right.
Good.
Comedy's the best medicine.
So if there's a reason for something, you can always work it out in your thinking meat. If not,
that's a problem.
Yeah. Greg V952. More on the mad shitter. Is there any more of him that you haven't talked about?
No, I've covered
when he shit in the tank, that was hilarious.
Yeah, but that was early on in his shitting career.
He had a shitting career.
He did. He was famous for it.
Woo! You don't have anything new that you can share?
Not that I can think of right now.
All right. Well, keep it in mind for next time.
All right.
The only consistent rule of the left is whatever is bad for civilization is good. That's from VM7634. I agree. Edman209DAF with a $25 donation. Thank you so much. I made the investment. I'm going to the CME. It'll be nice to meet all those cool people. Well, we look forward to seeing you. As far as I know, the VIP tickets are completely sold out.
Yep.
But the standard tickets are still available, and they are still buy one, get one half off.
All right.
Winning. Crazy uncle. What? With all these teenage simps doing crazy crap for women, is it any surprise that you have the rise of the TIGTOW, which is teens going their own way? Or if you ask Paul Joseph Watson, teens groping their own wiener, which is every teen.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to be honest. This insanity that's taken place with feminism and the courts and all that shit and the lack of masculinity and listen, if you have half a brain and you could see what's going on, I'm not surprised that this is spilling out to the teenagers now.
No, especially if they're being taught the critical race theory crap in school, which specifically singles out white males.
Yes.
It's like, okay, so just for being born this way, I am vile, evil, despicable, and I need to work in order to make other people's lives better who I never oppressed in the first place?
Correct.
Okay, so I thought born this way was the excuse the gays used in the 90s. Now born this way is the curse? Nice. Ass bags. Stephen Conlon with €5. MGTOW rules. Love from jolly old England.
All right. England's good.
VFM 7634. Take the Frankenvax funded by the just divorced Bill Gates. I'm going to have to give a big fuck off.
He's not divorced yet, and that will be one hell of a Pimp Tart Wife Institute episode. Just saying.
I don't think we're going to have a new winner and champion because
No.
Jeff Bezos is way richer than Bill Gates now, but
Is he? By how much? I mean, they're both stupid rich.
well, last I knew, Bill Gates was around the 40 or 50 billion dollar mark, and Jeff Bezos with like the worth of his business and everything is
100
like
billion.
130, 140 billion.
Yeah.
Got it.
Quite a difference there.
Yeah, but Bill Gates is taking over the world.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's now the largest owner of farmland in the United
I know.
States. Yeah. Just a week before he went on the TV and said, y'all need to stop eating the meat. As we look at photos of him scarfing down cheeseburgers.
So-
and then Beijing Biden serves the Asian consulate a whole bunch of fucking cheeseburgers. And then he says we shouldn't eat meat. Could you guys make up your mind for once in your cotton picking lives? And yes, I said that deliberately because you're still the party of slavery. Wah.
I know that you're going to make a video about Gates getting divorced. I'm kind of thinking that it's part of a plot.
Yeah.
I think it seems to me that they're too deep into everything with the vaccines and being part of vaccines in Africa, and it just seems too convenient that they're like the plebs to get a divorce. I think that if we were smarter and we knew more, we would see that there's a tactic. Now this is based on nothing, but I wonder about it.
Never underestimate a woman's ability to discount the penis.
Another thing, too, that I noticed just today, somebody sent me a photo that was like in an article or something. Bill Gates' wife's got a dick, bro.
I saw that
No.
I'm just saying.
That she looks rough.
I mean, it's hard to believe that it's even the same woman because looking at her now, she wears underwear with dick holes in them. And I'm just saying, like, it's
That's a rough looking woman. I'm just saying.
very rough. I'm thinking that Bill Gates probably sleeps in a different room and that he has actual Bill Gates around it so that, you know, if she tries to go in there and touch his penis in the middle of the night, she gets an electric shock.
He needs to sleep in a different wing of the house, not a different room. He's distant. He's got to get away from that. I'm just saying. That's an ugly woman.
It's a very ugly woman. And so's his wife.
Yeah, she did not age well.
No. She aged like banana pudding. John, Blake, Pop, please read chapter 4 of the book. Every question all three of you had is explained in there, and it is horrifying.
Okay.
Chapter 4 of the book.
I think
Like
it's
the
one of the,
book, as in the Bible? Or
No,
something
I
else?
think it's one of the books I have in my car that I have to review.
All right, yeah. Shoot us an email about that, Ascension. You've got my email. Crazy Donut, $9.99. Jennifer seems to be the only lady in the U.S. who is okay with man trash talk and an open mind. I see no such people in San Francisco. The girl I dated told me not to share my opinions on Facebook or I will lose my job.
It's time to open your own business and write your own rules.
Well, we were just talking about that.
Yep.
Yeah. Just saying. Evil Zombie Toe. The Catch Me Outside girl turned 18, started an OnlyFans account and made, no kidding, $1 million in 6 hours. I did hear about that.
Oh my God.
Yep. What is it? What is it? Bad Baby, BHAD, BHAB, whatever the fuck.
I have no idea.
I don't know. She still looks like a genetic mistake that somebody made in a lab somewhere when they were trying to mix up somebody's spunk and
Stop it.
chicken eggs.
Wait, who is the person that they're talking about?
The Catch Me Outside chick who was on Dr. Phil. She goes.
Years
Oh
ago.
my God, I know
Baby.
who you're talking about.
Yeah.
The one that talk like that.
Yeah.
That one?
And now
Yeah.
she's got $1 million after 6 hours on OnlyFans because dudes are simps. Suckers idolizing mediocre pussy.
Correct.
Ugh.
Hey, what are you going to do?
Okay, just so everybody, there's dudes in the chat talking about how I don't know what I'm talking about in terms of like, you know, like farmland. I know what farmland are and I know what ranches are, okay? Bill Gates bought up a whole buttload of farmland, which traditionally grows plants And he
Isn't he
tells
second to
everyone to
China?
not eat meat so that he can grow plants and invest in plant-based burger companies. I understand how it all works. I'm not a dipshit. I'm just drunk.
Yeah!
Where?
Wow, that was good. That was good.
Ascension. Did we find him? Who? Riggs? No.
Hell no.
We found Riggs Jr. He found us. He sends us super chats and everything. He's a good dude. Pat Waxdaddy again. Would Jennifer agree that girls in country bars and biker bars culturally still value strong men? Dance
Yeah.
clubs get gold diggers and bimbos.
Oh, I think it depends on what you call a strong man. Outwardly masculine.
Yeah.
Then yes. Yeah. And also I think women in biker bars and country bars also are not in cities. I'm sorry, I have this all written down here.
You're right.
But they actually, they depend on hunting, and they pluck the chicken, and they, I mean, there's a whole community. I hate to say community. There's a way of life
Culture.
that is There's a culture and a way of life that's dependent on the man, and then the woman fulfills her role, and it's really nice still in some areas.
Yeah, I would agree. And the really funny thing is that all of these bimbos and gold diggers who go to the city bars, they still go for the masculine men. There was a study that we've referred to countless times on the show. Feminist women still prefer sexist men because they tend to be unapologetically masculine. Why do you think there are feminists walking around in the streets with signs that say feminism against Islamophobia? It's not because they're smart.
Okay, but also, think about Butch Dykes. When they want to attract a woman, what do? They're not effeminate. They're like, they're brutish, and they posture in a way that is what we think of as classically masculine to attract a lipstick lesbian. So go figure.
Yeah.
That's weird, but true.
Absolutely. And feminists will swear on a stack of Bibles that the pickup artists' techniques don't work.
Get out of here.
Come on now. Come on.
Those guys are making a lot of money because they got that shit down to a science.
Exactly.
And I would be doing it if I still fucking cared, and I don't.
Those ladies have thrown down more throat yogurt than the drain at a fraternity co-ed shower.
Yeah.
Women want a man who doesn't care, whether you pretend it or whether you mean it. Because a man that doesn't care means that he has other shit going on that's more important than you.
Amen.
Okay. And here, let me see if I can get this straight. This is a sentence that I've been concocting in my mind.
You said concoct.
Women need to be wanted, and men want to be needed. That's how our wants and needs equal up.
Yep. We
don't want a man who needs us at all. It's gross.
No.
And men don't want a woman who doesn't need them. I don't know. I mean, it seems to me that men like to be needed, like to be useful. What is useful? Something that's important, something that has value.
Yeah. Jordan Peterson would say it's about competence, showing that you're competent as a man. But I would say, as far as what you were talking about with being needed versus wanted, and women find a man with options sexy because it's plain that he doesn't need her.
Yes. He has options to be chosen as a woman.
Yeah, because just like what we were talking about with women giving their shit away for free, like the testing station at Costco, anything given away for free has no value. So as a dude, these simps, the dudes who are on OnlyFans who are forking out sometimes hundreds or thousands of dollars a month. There was a dude who forked out almost $500,000, actually mortgaged the home that his family was living in out from under them to give a cam whore money, and then killed them when they said that he should stop.
Yep.
Okay. When that kind of adoration, commitment, and resources are freely given, they aren't worth shit. Make them earn it. and they will value it.
Yep.
That is why women all over the world will date a dude who they know has multiple girlfriends because they want to be the one who wins. It's stupid.
But
And
hey,
it goes against everything they will claim they want while swearing on a stack of Bibles, but they do it 100 times out of 100.
Well, no one wants to be.
we don't make
Yeah,
the
sorry.
rules, man. We don't make the rules.
No.
No one wants to be someone's only choice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be the
It's
one
far
who
less
wins.
attractive.
Yeah. Because in order to believe in communism, you have to completely discount the fact that Darwin ever existed and everything that we've ever known about competition and the origin of species. Competition is what perpetuates a species. So if there's nothing to compete for, then there's nothing that you can win and nothing that you can value, nothing that you can actually say, I did that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like these soy boys, there's like 5 of them all banging one chick. One of them gets pregnant. And then, surprise, surprise, the infant winds up with a broken leg, a broken arm, and a fractured skull.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. We went off into the dark area again.
Yeah.
Fuck it up. Fuck it up. Heavy Water Tread, $10 donation with a thanks. That's a really weird emoji, man. I hope you don't really have that pink hair. Cross stuff. I'll throw another $5. How is the RPM discussion going? You know what? I keep meaning to reach out to Hammerhead. I haven't done it yet, or Hammerhand, I should say. We're going to get in touch with RPM. We're going to make sure that happens. Irish Lover 7745. Blake the Shizen Small Snake. Dick, bro. Chemistry or physics? 5 homo suspicion.
Wait. Who just said something? Is it
Irish
Jake the red pill snake?
Blake the Shizen Small Snake? Shizen. Shizen is shitty small snake, I'm thinking? I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
I haven't taken German in a while. Chemistry or physics? I don't know. They're both science.
Chemistry is more dangerous.
Yes, that's correct. But physics is absolute. GL Prime 2814. Pop, have you gotten a chance to try the FK Bruno PSD? If so, is it worth the money?
That's
FKBRNO PSD.
oh, person. Yeah. No, I have not. I never tried that. It's a weapons platform, I believe.
I figured it was. Normally, if there's something on here that has like a really crazy wazoo acronym that I can't turn into a word, it's got to be some kind of weapon platform. Mike, TV dub. Blake, here's a $5 for reading my tiny snake burn. You bastard. Pat Waxdaddy. Pop learned to walk and poop in ranger school.
Yeah, I became quite the good shitter in ranger school.
Into a Pringles can.
No, that was after ranger school.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right, because it was a guy in ranger school who pissed you off.
I'm the guy that walked around all of jungle phase with dysentery. Yep, that's.
And then you came home and you married a woman who had her own jungle face.
God damn, that's a good burn, man.
Wait, I don't get why it's funny.
His ex-wife went cuckoo for Cocoa Penis Puffs at the fire department. Allegedly. Allegedly.
Allegedly, of course.
Just saying.
Yeah, it's a good burn, bro.
Well, you mentioned something about jungle. Was it roosters in the jungle, roosters in the forest?
And ranger school has phases: jungle phase, mountain phase, desert phase.
Yes.
Phase.
Oh, Tony Soprano. Bill apparently went to Epstein Island. Allegedly.
He did.
He did. It is proven. We can't even say allegedly about that anymore.
26
we know
times.
for a fact.
26 times.
He was on the manifest. There's pictures of him with Epstein. There's pictures of him getting a massage on the island.
Yeah.
It happened.
Yep.
You want to know how conspiratorial I am? Sometimes I wonder if they created coronavirus just to get people off of Epstein and what's her name? Giselle? Ghislaine?
Ghislaine is what I call her.
Ghislaine.
Ghislaine.
Sometimes I wonder if they're like, oh shit, we gotta do something big.
Yeah, Ghislaine, Superman's other girlfriend. Got Lois Lane and Ghislaine.
Yeah, we know.
Throat yogurt and a good supply of this. All right, hang on. Here we go. Golden shower. Yeah. Shark dentures. I regret Melinda Gates' fatal plane crash tomorrow. I was saying that. I was saying, like, you know what? He's probably going to have her killed. There was no prenup.
Yeah.
What are the odds? What odds would you give as a man who loves math and he loves his statistics? What odds do you actually give Bill Gates's soon-to-be ex-hooer surviving?
27%.
He didn't even blink. 27%. We're done here. Let's move along.
I already had this equation. I already figured this equation like when I first heard about the divorce.
That's awesome. Dooley's still better than Dooley's stool, I guess. Message retracted. Han Solis, women saying one thing and doing another. This is my shocked face. Han Solis again. Women would rather share an alpha than have a beta all to themselves.
Amen.
That is absolutely
Totally true. Totally true.
Not that I would know about that or anything. I'm just saying. Cabragoon Cabulous. Hello. I'm sorry I'm late, boys and girls. I think he's talking to you, Jen. Enlighten Mr. Peabody. Whoa, man. Dumb. Not women, whoa, men.
Yep.
Fan I am. I like the saying, men want women more than they need them. Women need men more than they want them.
That's absolutely correct.
What would you say to that, Jen?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of goes in line with what I said about the need and want.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Dooley's
I need my husband, and I have no qualms with that. I absolutely love it. Could I get by without him? Sure, fine.
I mean, he is the boss, and you're totally going to do ass to mouth later.
No, I don't think we are. In fact, I hope he shows up. I hope he shows up in the chat and is like, I don't really want to do that.
You want to do ass to mouth? What can I say? Shit happens.
Damn!
That's low hanging fruit.
Wow, that's a good one.
Well, the older you get, the lower hanging it gets.
That's totally true.
I'm just saying.
Yep. I'm actually shopping for a new toilet where the water level is a little lower, so my taffy balls don't in the middle of the night hit the cold water because that's shocking.
You know, there's actually a rap song called "Dick Touch the Water."
It's not my dick; it's my balls. They get longer as you get older. Gravity wins.
Oh, just like, and then in women, you get those long legs and big tits become
long tits.
Long tits and big legs.
They turn into beagle ears, so I got to roll them up to put them in their bra.
Yeah. That's why you never, ever go to the Sturgis bike rally and ask a woman to flash. Hey, let him go. Oh. All right, that's enough. Roll them back up.
Yep.
Got to seal them.
You go to Sturgis because you're freedom loving, or you like nice tits. So you can't be both.
I like it. I like it. Yeah.
That's true. That's
totally true. Totally true.
Oh, man. Dooley still. I'm late, but not pregnant. That's good. I congratulate you. Because now you don't have to commit murder. You know how it goes with Planned Parenthood, man. They have like a punch card. You do 10, then your next one's free. At least in Detroit.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
By the way, if you count abortions, 61% of black homicides are abortion. Tony Soprano, I meant Bill Gates, not Bill Clinton. Look it up. I know. Oh, really? Bill Gates, too?
Oh, I didn't know he went there.
Whoa. Although, you know what? To look at the dude, I can't say I'm shocked.
Maybe he picked something up there, gave it to his wife, and that's why he's getting divorced.
Maybe that explains why she's got a dick now.
Could be.
Because she totally looks like it.
Yeah.
And if, women always have those little tells, right? Well, if he's got big feet, then you know. He got big eyes, got a big nose, he's got big ears. He better have a big dick, because that's a goofy-looking motherfucker right there.
It is.
I don't know why I laugh so hard at that.
I'm just saying. A chick that big with a nose like that, she's either got one hell of a cocaine habit or she got a big dick. What do we got here? We're going over to Streamlabs here. Jimmy Bones! Dude, don't you fucking dying on me, man.
Look, man, I got allergies. What do you want from me?
You're dying on me. Don't do it. Ascension. A boy walks in and his dad self-pleasuring. The boy asks his dad, "What are you doing?" Father replies, "This is called masturbating." And soon you will be doing it too. The kid, puzzled, asked, "How do you know that?" Oh, God. The father says, "Because my arm is getting tired."
Oh.
Oh my God!
Oh, shit. Whoo.
I have been to a party and told a joke like that, and I was not accepted, and I had to leave the party. This is in my 20s. You have to know your audience, right?
I know. I got a good joke for you.
All right.
I don't normally tell jokes. I just kind of talk out of my ass.
Okay.
But I'll tell you a good one. Woman pregnant with triplets goes walking down the street. She gets mugged. She tries to keep her purse. I don't know why. Maybe the pregnancy test was in there and she's got a thing about, sentimental attachment. I don't know. You tell me. Robber pulls a gun, shoots her 3 times in the gut. Take her to the hospital. Amazingly, she survives. And they say, we would take the bullets out, but we don't want to harm the infants. So it didn't hit any of them. At least it doesn't look like it. We're going to leave them alone. We'll monitor the situation carefully. She gives birth 3 months later. Then 10 years down the line, she has 2 girls and a boy. A girl comes wandering into the living room looking all perplexed, and she's like, "Mommy, I was going wee-wee and a bullet came out." So she had to tell her the story of what happened. A couple days later, second daughter comes in. "Mom, I was going wee-wee and a bullet came out." Tells her the story. About a month later, her son comes walking into the living room looking very confused. Mommy goes, "Oh, let me guess. You were going wee-wee and a bullet came out." "No, I was jacking off and I shot the dog."
That's a long joke, though.
It's a good joke.
That's a slow build-up. That's a slow build-up.
Well, you know what? Sometimes a slow build-up ends to a nice climax.
Sometimes.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Jimmy Bones. The pandemic I wanted, zombies walking around, being able to be the savage mofo that I am. The pandemic we got, a bunch of brainwashed Ukfe Ardates telling me to wear a mask and get the Fauci ouchie shot or I'm going to kill their grandma. This sucks.
It does suck.
It really does.
I'm getting ripped off at this whole pandemic experience.
We should have bodies stacked up like Cornwood, but no.
Yeah.
Only in nursing homes. Thanks, Whitmer.
Speaking of soy, you guys saw the video of Mr. Fauci.
Oh my God. I'm the marionette and shave shot.
Yeah, we saw that.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
that kid singing that song, praising.
I saw that.
All right, whatever. Okay.
That was
That's
stupid.
it.
I saw that.
I bet that kid is probably already on his hormone blockers.
Quite
I would know
possibly
about that. Disgusting. We used to understand what child abuse was. Just saying. Kiro Ninja, $5. Hey, Popp and Blake, off the coast of northern Cuba, divers found a full city intact under 80 feet of seawater.
I know, I read about that.
That's cool. I have read that the oceans were 400 feet lower about 13,000 years ago. Climate change is a joke.
Yep. They found whole cities off the coast of India.
Yeah, and we used to have planetary temperatures way hotter. Like, do you remember the hockey stick graph they used to show you in the 90s? There's a reason why it cut off at the at the history end where it did. It's because as soon as you go back another 100 years, wah, and it goes way the fuck up there.
Yes, it does.
Bring your mic in, dude.
Oh, sorry.
You're fucking up.
I was coughing. I moved out of the way.
Yeah, what else is new?
Yeah. What do you want?
Yeah. Yeah. Jake Duke with a $20 donation. 4 fingers deep. You know my ex?
No. Do you know mine?
Berserk Shirt Bear. If trans men say they need trans people representing them in sports, film, etc., that is them saying they do not even consider themselves the women like they pretend to be. Ooh.
I like that.
Oh, that's brutal.
That is
I like that.
That's brutal.
I like it.
You're your own thing.
I mean, whatever
Read
happened
gender.
to like, good movies, where actors were actually allowed to act and pretend to be whoever they wanted. Now it's all racisms.
It's killing Hollywood, and they need to die.
They need
It's also killing the comic book industry, and they need to die as well.
Yes.
Is it? Is
Yes.
it? I don't know anything about that.
Oh no, a lot of
comics
those
are.
comic books that went all woke, they have all these woke titles. They're not selling shit. They're really they're going
Good.
They're getting
Good.
spunked.
They're going two tits to the sky.
Yes.
Did Coca-Cola retract their?
Yes, they did.
They did,
They did.
yeah.
Okay.
Because of consequences.
Uh,
Because all these idiots understand is money. And they honestly think that putting a black stripe across the front banner of their website is going to make them money. When it doesn't, you find out what they actually believe in.
Yep. Oh man, you caught me. Bastard.
Tracy Wilborn, 308. Blake, you're on point tonight. -1 homo suspicion point. Yay!
All right.
All right, I'm no longer homo confirmed. That's awesome. I'll have to tell my boyfriend.
Oh my God. Stop. Just stop.
I love messing with you guys. Jimmy Bones, a woman's teenage son started a lonely fans account.
Nice.
I like it. He wants half the revenue. What in the actual fuck is wrong with people these days?
Wow, I don't get it.
Well, you remember the woman whose daughter died, and so she took her daughter's topless photos and
put them on
offered
her account?
her
Yeah.
own OnlyFans
Wait.
account.
wait, for those of us who don't know, what happened?
There's a woman, I want to say it's like Ava Martina or something like that. She's a young girl, died. Her mom also had an OnlyFans. Well, in order to celebrate her daughter's life, she decided to celebrate her tits by selling her daughter's topless photos on her OnlyFans account after she died.
Oh my God. That's terrible.
Because, that's how you that's how you pay respect.
You mourn. That's how you mourn.
Yeah, that's how you mourn.
I mean, you guys,
your
every
flesh and
wake I've
blood.
ever been to, it's just pictures of boobs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly,
No,
yeah.
exactly.
That's how you honor. Okay,
No,
good.
I
At least we're all on the same
don't know
page.
what you're talking about. I just cook. I wrote sushi, or at least that's what it smells like. Maybe I should douche.
Oh God.
I know I'm an asshole. What do you want from me? Oh boy. Jimmy Bones, thank you for that one. Kuro Ninja, hey Pop, I want to send a really good rum for your freedom party in June. It'll actually be next June. Give me ideas. What do you like? What's your rum? Oh, if I may offer a suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
Behind you up there on the shelf, there is a Kraken black spiced rum. They also make a black coffee Kraken
Ooh,
spiced rum.
I'll try some of that. Yeah, but to be honest, he had me at rum.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking if you like the Jameson cold brew, which is brewed with coffee, you might like a rum that's also brewed with coffee.
Yeah, send it. I'll drink that shit.
If they still have it. I'm not sure if that's like a seasonal thing, so.
Yeah, I'll drink anything.
You heard him. He said he'll drink anything.
If
Send your bottles to the P.O. box in the description.
Yeah.
I don't care if
Listen,
it's
I used to drink Soldier's Choice.
Oh,
That shit's the bottom of the barrel.
that's not even the bottom of the barrel, man. That's like you dig underneath the barrel after you knock it over because it's empty, and then there's like a bunch of Everclear that's soaked into the swamp, and then you got a bunch of plague rats fooling around in there, and then like their bazooka juice mixes with it, and then you put that in there, and that's Soldier's Choice.
It's pretty bad. But hey, I don't care.
Or maybe you drink it out of a Pringles can.
No, you bastard. You bastard.
I wonder if Jennifer's heard the Pringles can story.
No.
She doesn't want to hear that.
We'll tell you after the stream.
Yeah.
Everybody on here, like the 1,100 people who are still watching this show, they've already heard it. I'm sure there's going to be like 5 guys in the chat. Tell it again. Well, we got to get this done. So,
Yeah.
what do we got here? Dun dun dun. Trying to. Oh, okay. Here we go. What fan I am? What did one saggy boob say to the other saggy boob?
What?
We better get some support around here, or people think we're nuts.
I like it.
I like it because it's kind of clean. Well, clean for us.
Yeah. It's like very tame for us, man.
Cabragoon Cabulous, perfect voice for jokes. I'll try to do some more voices for you then. Lord Donut Hole. So is it just me, or is it pretty damn suspicious that Bill Gates suddenly becomes single right after Queen Elizabeth becomes a widow?
Gross.
I don't even want to think about that. I do not even want to think about that. That is horrible.
Could you imagine trying to pry apart that grilled cheese and cobwebs and
onions?
I'm curious if anyone else is with me in the chat that the divorce of the Gates is something different. It's a little more conspiratorial.
Well, let us know what you think in the chat.
I enjoy
guys.
a good conspiracy.
Me too.
Yes, let us know what you think in the chat.
I just think that it seems far too plebeian for them to get a divorce at this point in their amassing of power with vaccines and reproductive.
You know what? Maybe I'm completely wrong about his wife and her giant schlong. Maybe she had a crisis of conscience knowing that her husband is responsible for the paralyzation and the sterilization of women all over the world with his little vaccine project.
Maybe. They seem cahootsy, though. Okay. So say what you will about them getting a divorce, but 27 years, it's not forever, but that's a good chunk of change.
Oh, yeah. If you're in it to win it at 27 years.
Pardon me?
If you have been married for 27 years, you're in it to win it.
Statistically speaking, divorces that happen after 24 years are very few and far between.
Yeah. Now, do they happen?
So either,
yes.
Of course, yeah. But either it was really, really, really genuinely bad. I mean, I would think that a couple like that would try to stay together. And the chat can say what they want about her trying to get money. She's gonna fucking have, even if she has $1 billion, she's gonna be fine. It's not gonna hurt him.
Oh yeah.
I would think it's something. I don't know. You know, the past 4 years since I have stopped trusting the government and
you're a smart woman. Smart woman.
I mean, all the doors are open to me. Like, oh shit, nothing would surprise me.
Yeah, I know.
And to me, it just seems a little too normal to get a divorce at their ripening. They're like their fruit of power is just ready to be plucked. And now they're gonna split it. I don't know.
You were talking about low-hanging fruit earlier. I don't think any fruit will hang lower than this. This is pretty low-hanging fruit.
Yes, it is.
I did try to do my sideshow Bob stepping on a rake thing. It's bad. It's bad. Percent probability that Bill's member was transplanted onto Melinda.
1.3%.
1.3%.
For the good of the world, by the way.
Well, if it was for the good of the world, it would be 10.3%.
And this is VFM 7634, by the way. And he says he's got a follow up here. What about Barack's onto Michelle? To be honest, I think Big Mike already had his own.
No, he already had his own.
And he slapped Barry right across the face with it. Oh, you got elected president, huh? Hail to the chief, motherfucker.
You know, I didn't know this. I didn't know this idea until I chatted with Logos Media. And he was like, absolutely, Michelle Obama's a dude. And then I started like looking at pictures. But do you think they're doctored, or do you think do you think she's a boy?
No, well, there's a really
Joan
easy
Ritter's.
way.
Was it Joan Ritter?
Yeah, Joan Rivers.
No,
yeah,
she called it.
Wait,
she called it out, and then she died shortly after.
not Joan Ritter. Come on, let's say her
Joan
name.
Rivers.
Joan Rivers.
Rivers. Yeah.
Not John Ritter. Joan Rivers.
Oh yeah, she did call it out.
She called it, and she was dead like a week and a half later.
Yeah. There's a really easy way to tell whether or not something has been doctored.
Okay.
Because in the age of smartphones, where virtually everybody has a pretty good camera if you're going to post something on the internet, if it's really pixelated and it was supposed to be taken last week, odds are it's probably bullshit. But the pictures and the video that I have seen of Big Mike, not pixelated.
Yeah, do a search on YouTube for what Michelle Obama's penis. And you'll see all kinds of videos that show.
Hey, there's a reason why she's got those forearms like that.
I'm just saying,
man.
like, you'll see all kinds of like footage, and then you'll see the
Really?
bulge multiple times.
Footage as in video footage, not footage like what's in her pants dangling down by her ankles.
And there's a couple of them where like he, she, or shimp, or whatever you want to call it, actually adjusts the package.
Yeah, no, I've seen that. Yeah.
That's a man thing.
A Big Mike.
It's a man thing.
Yeah, but Pop, okay, listen, if you're gonna be the wife of the leader of the free world, wouldn't you be more discriminatory on how you grab your dick? If you're not supposed to have one?
For men,
I mean,
it's
really, like-
subconscious.
It is.
Like literally, it's
Really?
subconscious.
It really
It is.
is.
For dudes, we grab our dick all the time and don't even notice. It's like
It-
our
it-
hand has got a brain of its own. It's like, oh, I'm grabbing my dick. Hey, 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 hey!
It doesn't matter if you're
I'm in church.
It doesn't matter if you're 2 or 120. If you are bored with nothing else to do that doesn't require you actually being social with other people, like you're just watching television, touching our junk. We made a whole video about it. It's called "Annoying Male Habits." If
Yes.
you guys ever watched that one, it's a classic from season 2.
Okay, but not to put the pressure on this subject, but if you're groomed to be a leader, I mean, okay. How about this? If someone offered you $50 million, $50 million
Oh,
to
you
not
think you
touch
can
your
have
dick,
Chelsea
no, to not touch your dick in public for 5 years, do you think you could do it? Do you think you could
No.
train yourself in a way
No,
for that? No.
Consciously?
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I don't think so because it's subconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the minute you're
Well,
not
I
thinking
believe
about
that.
it, it's going. Oh, here we go. Oh shit!
And on top of that, like just sometimes when you're out walking around doing your thing, sometimes they may not actually be, but they feel like they're twisted up. And you either have to work your hands in your pockets in like some, like weird David Copperfield magical touch way, or you got to do the thing where you're, you get up and you're talking to somebody and you're trying to be, so I'm like, so what's going on? You know what's going on.
Yep, the taffy puller's pulling it the wrong way, huh? I see how that is.
A buddy of mine actually had to have a testicle removed because he slept in a pair of jeans.
It twerked. It torqued on him.
Wait, what
Yeah.
happened? What happened?
He fell
What
asleep
happened?
just like drunk on a couch in a pair of jeans. And in the middle of the night, because of how constricting they were, his testicles, like the tubules, got wrapped around each other, completely cut off the blood flow to one of them.
Yep.
So he woke up in agonizing pain, had to have it cut off, and now he's got a little ball of silicone in there now. It's like he's got fake tits for his junk.
That's actually happened to soldiers I've known for no apparent reason. It just happens.
Yeah.
Just like twisting the
Yeah, and you need to get to the hospital ASAP. Otherwise, they will have to remove it. And like literally, what they did is once it does that, it's you pretty much can't undo it. So they literally stitch your ball to the side of your scrotum for the rest of your life. You got to talk about pain.
Oh, it's called testicular torsion. It is a real
Oh
thing.
God!
Oh.
All right.
Somebody said, or his wife put a rubber band around him. Well, he's gay, so it's unlikely.
Yeah.
Well, you know how it goes. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, shark dentures. And if she's got a big Adam's apple?
Yeah.
Yeah. Only in the West would you have to check to make sure your date doesn't have an Adam's apple.
Oh my God.
false. Thailand.
Oh, yeah, I stand corrected.
False, Thailand. You're correct.
Basket fuck.
That was
It's true though.
Yeah.
I mean, those boys are beautiful women.
Ugh.
Yeah, isn't it funny how like men can like become more beautiful than women, and then we can become women and outperform them in sports?
Didn't a trans dude just win the frickin' a beauty contest in,
Yeah.
in a state or something? Oh my God.
Yeah, you did.
Wow. And then Caitlyn Jenner won Woman of the Year.
Oh, what do you guys think about her running for governor?
You know what? That whole state is beyond redemption in my book, so they can have at it. I don't care.
Sure, but
weird.
let's say that it wasn't beyond redemption. So for me, I think it's like such a fuck you to the people. Okay, so we have a transgender woman who you've been proclaiming for how many years, and now we have her running, but she's not the party of choice.
Yep.
And she says that biological males who have converted to
that they shouldn't compete in girls' sports. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. I just think it's
they're going to turn on
awesome.
They're going to turn on him, or
of
doubt.
course they will. But
the her, him, or the him, she.
I'm sorry.
What really cracks me up is that because it seems so antithetical to the narrative, it's like the left in regards to Caitlyn Jenner running for governor is like that dude in the meme, wiping the sweat off his brow, and he's got two buttons and he doesn't know which one to push because on one hand, transgender, celebrity, stunning and brave. On the other hand, running as a Republican and actually recognizes biological fact. It's going to be, if nothing else, extremely entertaining watching this.
However it turns out, it's going to be crazy entertaining.
And the funny, do you honestly expect me to believe that this dude actually did this for anything other than attention in his 60s? Have you seen the pieces of ass that he knocked up and had bear his seed? He hit that box like it owed him money.
I really can't. I can't really. I literally have no faith in California, our government, the Democrats, or the Republicans. So I personally don't give a fuck.
Yeah. After the last stunning and brave ice cream social / erection. Yeah, and now I think just today it was
all
announced
traitors.
that the Supreme Court is not even going to hear the results of the Arizona audit.
Wait,
Nice.
really?
Traitors.
Yep.
Traitors to this country, traitors to its foundations. Fuck all y'all.
That's right. Traitors.
Kiss my ass right in the crack. Torque FPS. If Jennifer needs a reminder, she's effing hot because because she can have a conversation. Other than that, these live streams are the shit. Keep it going, Blake and Pop. And Wiener Bomb Straw. Oh, yeah, here we go. Love you, Pop. Oh!
Come on, man.
Oh!
Damn it.
I got a ricochet off of that.
You cock.
Well, that's kind of the point. I hope you're enjoying this, Jennifer.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's good too. Alex Patino, you guys remember years back, Bill Gates sent a gift to Hugh Hefner? This is my first time attempting a Mexican accent. How am I doing? And
It's all right.
Bill was not invited to the bunny house. Go show you that you can be the richest nerd and you're not getting into the cool dude party.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I mean, it is Bill Gates. I don't care how much money you have. I mean, Bill Gates is worth what, 120 billion, and apparently a good haircut costs 121 billion. Fuck off!
I don't know.
Come on.
Is that what is that what his net worth is? Now?
Somebody in the chat pointed out he's worth like 120 billion now, and Jeff Bezos is close to 200, which, given the scamdemic, wouldn't surprise me.
Well, the Gates Foundation, he just poured billions of dollars into that like 10 years ago.
Yeah, and he probably spent a good chunk of it on research for vaccines that are supposed to cure people. They're totally not about population control, which he gave a whole lecture about at the CIA.
Yeah.
Just saying. Not that I'm into the conspiracy theories or anything. I mean, we're totally talking about alleged things. Rumor control. Totally rumor control. Dooley Still, $2 donation. Blakey, you're on. Thanks. It's the wine. Explains a lot about my 20s, if you know what I mean. Bad Adam 12, $20 donation. Thanks very much. What's the chick's OnlyFans? I don't know. All I know is that her name was Ava Martini. That's all I know. Or if you're talking about the chick who made $1 million in 6 hours, it's Bad Baby, BHADBHABIE. Yes, that's how stupid it is.
I would never have remembered that.
Even with your Dyslexia.
No, I would not remember that. I'd have to write that down.
So write it down.
I'm not doing it.
Cabergoon-Cabulous. Splitsville, their uber-rich parameters are not the same. I would agree with that.
Okay.
I mean, like Chris Rock said it best. If you get divorced and you have to give her half and you have $120 million, she gets $60 million, you're fine. But if you make $60,000, you're starving.
Well, no, you're making $40,000. Yeah. Somebody needs to die. Hey. Stop it, man.
This is my job.
All right.
I need to bust your balls, read the articles, talk shit, and hit you with penis straws.
Can I interrupt? Did my microphone get really loud?
Holy shit, yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby, work the shaft. Cradle the balls.
I don't know. I said something funny.
Oh, it's still
No, sorry. Oh, my God.
What, could you not hear me?
Oh, my God. My lungs shooting up my ass.
Yeah, right over there, bro.
That was good. Oh, my God, that was good. Wow.
Oh, shit. Talbot likes $5. There have been millionaire divorces with the intent to split assets to limit legal accessibility from outside parties. It's worked before.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked. Wouldn't be shocked at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these people are experts at hiding their money from the government that wants to get a slice of it, which is why they donate to the Democrats and then hide everything overseas after telling the Democrats that globalism is winning. Just saying. I think the Gates divorce is a plan that if he gets sued for vaccine deaths, she will have half their wealth that won't be touched. Oh, 9x23 with a very plausible explanation.
See, that's... How's this volume, by the way?
Shit.
Really?
Yeah,
is it too loud or too quiet?
It's hotter than your lips on a Saturday after an application of L'Oreal.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so how's this?
That's okay.
It's still well. I'm actually adjusting it on my end because it's still coming through really hot.
Oh, okay.
Here, so I can hear you. Will you adjust it like that?
Yeah, it's fine. I can adjust it on my end.
Sorry, I don't know what happened.
It's okay. You're
Just
still
like
coming through hot,
blew
but
up.
it's not too ridiculous. There's too much gain on it. That's all it is.
It's all right.
Loud.
Sorry, guys.
That's all right. Cabergoon-Cabulous. Sorry. I already read that one. I'm drunk. What do you want from me? But 9x23, I think that is genius deduction.
Dead nuts on. Dead nuts on.
Dead on balls accurate. It's an industry term.
But it's still going to be a good pimp tart wife substitute.
Oh, yeah.
Because he ain't hitting that pussy for like the past 15 years.
Why would he?
Oh.
He's got a bigger dick than him.
I know.
A big Mike! James Grant with a $5 donation. Thank you, sir. Ben Red Pill with a $10 donation. I'm thinking Melinda figured out how to cure the blue screen of death.
That's pretty good.
That's some good shit right there. And you know what? We still have 1,100 people watching this show.
We're now coming up on 3 hours.
Coming up on 3 hours. Thank you all so much for tuning in, man. Like, we're not worthy.
No.
We're not.
I wonder if they like the comedy gold.
Yeah. Well, it's two drunk dudes talking shit, and with
truth,
with truth, and an attractive co-host. Thank you very much, Jennifer. But man, oh man, like every time we see more and more people hanging out until the end after we've been talking out of our asses for 3 hours, it really does spark the embers under the tiny little fire of British cigarettes beneath my black dead heart.
Now, at the end, I'm going to tell an FBI Army story.
Oh, okay. All right, let's go back over to Streamlabs here and see if there's any more here. Dun, dun, dun. Nope, I think we're all good. We have completely caught up on Superchats. So tell us your story, and then maybe, just maybe, we will listen to this song that one of our fans has been wanting you to listen to for like a month.
All right, so This is an Army story that I missed when I was going through all of my Army story history. But in 2004, when I was in Abu Ghraib, early on in my deployment, I became the sergeant in charge, or the NCO IC, of security for the entire Abu Ghraib complex. And on that complex, I was responsible for the lives of 2,800 soldiers and 7,800 low-grade prisoners inside the walls. So I was a very busy man. We were getting mortared between 3 and 5 times a day, car bomb threats, all kinds of crazy shit. So one day I'm at my desk, and these 2 guys walk up, and they pull out their credentials, and they're like, we're with the FBI. And I'm like, what? I look around, I'm like, are you what? Are you serious? And they're like, yeah, we're with the FBI, and we're just letting you know we're on your post. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? This is a goddamn war zone. Now I'm responsible for you, you motherfuckers. So I literally had them followed around the entire time they were on the post. And because when there was a mortar attack, I had to make sure that they would go to a bunker. I didn't want them to die because that's all kinds of paperwork and headaches I just didn't need to deal with. So the mortar attack would come in, I'd get on one of the walkabouts. I'd be like, hey, you got the douchebags? All right, tell them to go to the bunker. Where are they at? Oh, tell them to go to bunker 4. They walk up to these FBI guys. Hey, Popp says go to bunker number 4. They're like, what? How does he know we're here? We follow you everywhere you go, dumbass. I'll get to bunker number 4. And I did not know that they were there to interrogate, because also on the post there was the whip me, spank me camp, where I did not want to know what went on there, because a lot of the high priority targets went there that came in with a black hood, and I could say whole trucks of ice were delivered there. Why? I have no idea. But that's the whole FBI story. And also, the DEA showed up there too. I have no idea what there's U.S. Marshals. It was like a tour of the alphabet agencies. Why the fuck they were there? I have no idea.
Fun. All right, we had one last super chat specifically meant for Jennifer from Polska Bob. Why aren't you making so many videos? It's been about a month, right?
Come on, baby, make some videos.
I like Polska Bob so much.
He's awesome.
Polska Bob, my lighting in here is just ridiculous, and we're moving to finally move to a homestead. So there's been some obstacles, but once we get to the homestead, we will. We'll create a studio.
Oh, okay.
Where the lighting is normal.
Do you know what the maximum range of an excuse is?
I feel like they're pretty valid.
It's 0 fucking meters, man.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but here's the deal. I make a video, and if the lighting is off a little bit, people are, man, this bitch, she can't get her lighting right. And then my microphone goes berserk, and this bitch can't get her. So it's like, okay, I'm just going to try to make it as good as possible.
It's okay. So I got some fat, pat-looking person making fun of me of all my videos. I don't care.
Yeah, we'll have to do a stream on that.
No, I'm not going to punch down. I don't care.
I get it. But, as far as what you're talking about, Jen, I totally get it. All you have to do is say the word moving, and I get it. Moving sucks. Moving sucks ass. And it seems like it should only take the day that it takes you to move. Mm-hmm. But no, it's like a month-long process. And then, of course...
Dude, and then where do you put the boxes? You have to, pack the stuff and find and then we're moving across the country, so it's...
Where you?
It's not as easy
Which
as
state
uptown.
are you moving to, I should ask?
She said West Virginia.
Oh, West Virginia.
West
okay.
Virginia.
So you're going from, you said Colorado to West Virginia? Okay. Mm-hmm. So you're going to be a lot
Colorado
closer.
Springs.
Where are you going to work?
Well, I'm a housewife and a house mom.
Okay.
So I'll do that.
Right.
We might do a homesteading channel in a different way. And I know
that's cool.
There's kind of a saturation of homestead channels, but I think we're going to do it in a little bit more.
I've actually been looking
way.
into Kentucky for the same sort of deal. And then I've been looking at either Kentucky or Oklahoma. Oklahoma just recently outlawed teaching critical race theory in schools. So I'm like, yeah, Oklahoma. But then in Kentucky, you've got like numerous incidents of BLM and Antifa showing up to harass people in outdoor cafes, and people with concealed carries are like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
So I really like them both right now. I'm not sure which one I want to pick.
Yeah, baby.
So West Virginia and Tennessee were the two that were on our radar because homeschooling laws, they're a little bit more flexible, and vaccine laws. So many of the states, I think, in fact, I'm positive, including Kentucky, if you homeschool your child, they still have to fulfill all the vaccine requirements, which I'm skeptical that that COVID will be mandated pretty soon. And I don't want to have to go through that. So we chose a state that the homeschooling vaccinations are not the same as in-school vaccinations.
Right.
That's good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Plus the soil's nice.
We got a couple more super chats that came in here, and then we're going to do safety briefing and take it out. GL Prime. Careful, Blake. Jennifer is probably old enough to be your mom. She's probably younger than me.
I'd be a gross young thing to have him, but sure, let's go with it. Yes.
I mean, we're talking like conceived in the religion of peace young in all likelihood.
Oh, my God, stop it.
Because I'm 38.
Yeah.
My guess is you're probably around my age or younger. You're 104?
Yeah.
Well, you look great for your age.
Thank you.
Totally hit that. 9/23. I think it's funny that Bill Gates thinks that he can cure the Kung flu, but can't cure Windows viruses.
Yep.
That never occurred to me before. That's pretty damn funny. I like it. So, we still have over 1,000 people watching. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Thank you, Jennifer, for coming on the show with us. We would love to have you again sometime.
This is fun. I felt like I got along with you two very well.
Are there any social media aside from your YouTube channel, because we already linked that in the description, that you would like to anybody know about if they want to follow you?
Thanks. No, I'm not active on I mean, I have Facebook and Instagram, but I don't do shit. You'd be wasting your time.
Point taken. Pop.
All right.
Safety briefing.
Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and swim. If you have to fight, don't go around, because that's when you get your head kicked in. If you have to pull a gun, shoot to kill. If you have to drive through a group of people, drive through a group of fucking people, because that's the way it is in today's day and age. Just saying.
And if you're in Florida, it's no longer illegal because you're actually protecting your own life against a bunch of burning, looting, murdering, rioting mother fornicators. And to them, I only have one thing to say.
F you and all your motherfucking friends, nigga. Give a fuck if y'all in kindergarten, I'll whoop y'all motherfucking ass. That's why Santa Claus ain't real, bitch. That's why I fuck your mama. I'll fuck up all your kids. I don't care, goddammit. Huh? Prove it to me. Prove it to me. That's why you ain't going to Disney World, bitch. Fuck you and your friends.
Oh, wow.
Have a good night, everybody. See you on Thursday.
Take it easy.